we're live, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to Awesome Talk,
Hello,
Season
hello.
7, Episode 3, on September 6, 2016.
That is the day.
Welcome, chat. I see the something cast in the chat already. I see Gegita, I see that you're there. Let's see.
He's always in
He's
the
got
chat.
like 3 identities
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
There's no broadcasting. He just sits in the chat by himself at night.
Yeah. Haha. And he goes
I'm
back and
still
forth.
here.
The
Back and forth to
conversation
different
just keeps
names.
going, yeah.
Yeah.
Chess with yourself.
Greg Benz is talking to Mr. Gegita.
And they're talking to Struggles T
And
Clown.
they're all talking to Struggles.
It's a really
Struggles
weird.
is just saying, burn them all.
Soon, Ralphie, soon.
Sooner or later, one personality's gonna win out.
Yeah. And
It's going to be a
Take over.
horrible day when that happens.
it almost doesn't matter which way it goes.
It doesn't matter which way it goes.
Yeah.
As long as it happens in a ring of jello.
Yeah. So, tonight we have a special guest with us. Zach from the Tattooed Bananas podcast is here. I'd like to give a big thank you.
Clinkies.
All right,
Hey,
welcome
oh.
to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm. And so tonight we have we're showing a video. I shot a like an interview with Mike Scroy from Iron Horse Cinema. It was like an awesome talk, a quickie that I put together, and he was talking about going to the Comic Con in Salt Lake City, and
That sounds like
Almost got it.
You almost had
a
it.
weird, like file.
Comic Con
It's
and
a nice
Salt
regional dialect.
it sounded like I glitched.
It's exactly what it sounded like to
Yeah.
me.
Fucking Max Headroom.
Yeah, right.
It's like that classic movie Dave, right?
Yeah, one of the
That
best
is a
movies of all
classic.
time.
Easily.
Yeah.
If it's anything, it's a classic.
If it's anything, it's that. It's a classic straight to VHS.
So was him on the rise again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dusting himself off.
Yeah.
Phoenix from the ashes.
Phoenix from the tranny ashes.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the plumage came in.
Why does he get so? You know what? You know what's
Pretty
funny?
much, yeah.
I feel like nowadays he wouldn't get any flack at all for
No,
being
of course
a
not.
tranny.
No, that's what I said.
Nobody would care.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah, there'd
if
be
he came,
people being
if he-
like, who cares what sex they are?
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, and people are like, oh, shit. Well,
Yeah, in the
fuck
past,
whatever
it
you
was
want.
funny because he was talking about welfare burgers and shit like that. Growing up, nobody wants to hear the sad travails of a rich guy. But if you want to talk about fucking getting busted with a tranny, when it was like having to go home with your fucking
Sure.
your loved ones with that,
Right.
that's a whole different story. That's what I said. I was in
Right.
on that.
I just feel like, looking back, especially when you look at the climate now, what an unfair reason to sort of end up out of this. But like, dude, you like trannies, I don't
But
blame
wait,
you.
We are
man.
we are talking about Eddie Murphy. We should
Amount
point
this
that out.
I have a question. Did he not do shit because he was embarrassed, or did
Yeah.
people not hire him?
He-
I
No,
think he
he's-
dropped
yeah,
off.
he
it
dropped
sounds
off.
more like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
his decision.
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
his decision.
He
I think
Chappelled out.
So
yeah.
wait, so it's not unfair. He chose to fucking stop.
Yeah, well,
doing
yeah,
it.
but at the time, but keep in mind that like a lot of people back then were getting nabbed for things that no one would care about now. The guy who played Pee Wee Herman got caught jerking off in a porn theater, and people acted like that was the end of the fucking
Allegedly.
world. Nowadays, no one would give a shit literally at all. They would hope you have camera phone
That's what
footage.
porn
of it,
theaters
like-
are for.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They'd be clamoring
Better
for
out
pics.
joking over in the schoolyard.
Yeah, and like look what they
Well,
did to him.
they did.
as a result, you
But
know?
that's true though. Remember what was happening in the news like at the time, like Tipper Gore and everything else back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were the moral fucking majority who was trying to get their hands all over the entertainment
Which
business.
was the moral majority, which was neither.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they were like the NAACP and everything. Like, you know what I mean? No. What was it? What was the foundation that she started?
I know.
The
Oh.
RA,
Yeah.
Tipper Gore, you're talking
Yeah,
about.
like
She
they were
was a
all over film,
Beast
all
on
over everything.
censorship,
Yeah, all over everything, and they were dying to get guys like Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who's just
Sure.
foul-mouthed and, this, that, the other thing.
Right.
And then they like to paint him.
Right, they were back
the
in Bill
corner.
Cosby. Now
Yeah.
look at the fucking.
Yeah,
look
they
how
were
that
come
fucking
full circle.
circle played
Bill
out.
Cosby,
Yeah,
you should
full
talk to
circle.
your boy Eddie Murphy.
And
Yeah,
if
you know?
you're famous
Tell
enough,
Bill I
you
said,
will
shut the
always
fuck
have
up and have a
people
coke.
supporting
Do
you,
whatever
no
you
matter
want
what
as
the
long as
fuck
Yeah.
you do.
do whatever you want.
Say it
as long
again?
as you don't get
No
caught.
matter how, as long as you're famous enough, you'll always have people supporting you, no matter how horrible what you did was.
Yeah,
Always.
that's right,
Fucking
always.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back then it was a lot easier to get people sort of united against one person for the sake
Yeah,
of media.
blacklisted.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it was a lot
man,
easier.
I would never.
Now
I
that
can't believe
everybody's
it.
got a voice, there's always, even if it's terribly fucking wrong, you've got people fighting on the side of the one who's terrible.
Yeah.
Kind of
That's
ebbs
true.
and flows, like you were saying before. Like back then, it probably like just steamrolled somebody, and there was
Yeah.
no backing out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the media that you were connected to was so much lighter than what it is now. I mean,
Well, it was
now-
controlled.
Very
number
controlled.
number
Very,
one.
yeah.
Very
Right.
controlled.
Regimented,
You know?
yeah.
Like, we need to go back and look through all our newspapers and be like, yo, there need to be some revisions here. Some of this news was not reported right, but back then nobody like.
Unlike
you fuck up the
today.
news now.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no.
not
There's just
much
more
better.
people to say it's wrong.
Yeah,
Sponsored
but,
by the Clinton Foundation.
But nowadays, if something in the audience doesn't look right, you've got a million people on the internet pointing at it, going, "Doesn't this look right? It's green screened. It's green screened. Hillary Clinton is green screened. Look at this. Look at this."
Yeah, in
and
the
like,
end, it doesn't matter though. Winning, money still wins, you know.
yeah,
Yep.
that's the sad part, dude. That is the sad
Everybody
part.
wants a piece of it. They don't want to go away from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's a fucking nightmare, man. Like,
And I think that's got a lot to do with the Eddie Murphy thing. I think that was like a PR move on his part. Just bow out,
Yeah.
let the whole thing blow over, come back, do family
I feel
films,
like-
you know,
Yeah,
like
right,
do
yeah.
softer shit. We're not gonna cuss as much. We're not gonna, you know what I
for
mean?
some
Like,
years now,
He's trying to desexualize himself.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. He doesn't,
In
I
the
think he
dumbest
doesn't.
fucking way
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, he
Rub the
doesn't want
training
people
off him.
bringing
If
it
I
up. He
make
doesn't want
movies
people
no
bringing
one
it
goes
up.
to watch, they'll keep forgetting
Let me
I
tell you
exist.
something. You
Yeah.
know,
But
you
They'll
know,
never forget that red leather suit. And that's
Yeah.
that's some good shit right
Right?
there.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if he really wants it, if he wanted it to go away forever, you know what you do? Go on SNL and do a bit about yourself.
I know, yeah.
Right?
That's
and
the
own
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Well, that's
right,
what I'm
just
saying.
lean
That's what
into
I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah, I mean, look at The Amazing Atheist, man. The Amazing Atheist
I
got
love
caught
that
sticking.
guy,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's great. He got caught sticking a banana up his ass, and they
It's
put
his
it on the internet.
business.
And you know what he did? He went on his
How
own
to
show.
how to get caught sticking a banana?
He was
up?
doing some Skype thing with somebody, and he liked the banana up his ass, and so the internet tried to have at him. He went on a show and he went, "Hey, guess what? I
like
kind of
banana."
like a banana up my ass." How about that? And then nobody could say shit to him.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like, all right.
TJ
You're taking all
is
the
he's
wind out
royalty.
of it.
I love that guy, man.
Great.
Amazing
Brilliant.
He's been one of my favorites for years. He's spectacular. Like,
He's never wrong, and he does it in a way where it's like, if he was really nasty about it, he could easily push into the troll zone.
yeah, yeah.
But he stays out of it
No,
because
he
he's
stays-
intellectual in his
Well,
criticisms.
That's why I back him. Is
You know?
because he finds a way to put his opinion out, but remain neutral.
Yeah.
He doesn't take sides. He tells you what he thinks. He tells you what what's what, but then he said, but what do I know? You know, I'm just here. I
Well,
am.
it's a matter
You know?
of laying out the facts as they are.
Yeah, he's just
Instead
trying
of
to go. He's
sensationalizing
going
or
over the
getting,
data. Yeah,
emotional.
he's not getting fired up. He's usually funny about it. Like,
Yeah.
he's just trying to do a bit and crack his jokes and say what's on his mind. And he does, I think does a very good job on some very difficult topics. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
you could piss off the whole fucking world, and he really is very savvy about the way that he delivers
Yeah.
what he wants to do. You know?
Has anybody been following the pipeline?
Yes. Yeah, that's terrible.
Okay, Sarah, could you explain to Tony, who hasn't heard, and you haven't heard
No.
about the pipeline with the Native Americans? What's going on?
I saw little bits and pieces, but I don't.
Sarah, can you break down what is happening with that?
Well, they're trying to stop the construction of the pipeline that will run under the Missouri River.
Yeah.
They're basically
Essentially.
they're digging, but that pipeline is also digging up burial grounds and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
and
So-
this has been like sacred land. Like it's supposed to be reserved land. Like
Yeah.
you're not like like look,
The
all right, we
places where
fucked
they
you guys.
dug up,
Here's
the
your
way
land.
it actually-
Oh well, we need that back now. You know what I mean?
Digging up
Yeah,
under
but
your
we're
land.
gonna go under
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
Go
they've
ahead.
got
Be on the
Digging
bottom.
up of
Yeah.
like historic landmarks was actually really shady because the way it's done is because those particular ones were off reservation, they have to register with like the town historian
Yeah, yeah.
whatever in order
Right.
for it to be officially
The registrar.
So
Yeah, the
what
registrar.
they did was they mapped out all the areas, put in the paperwork, and in less than 24 hours later, all those sites had been dug up. It was,
Yeah.
and the reason why is because if the paperwork had gone through, then they would have been stopped.
You know what?
So they just went and fucking did it all before the paperwork could finish.
You know what?
It's like the first record of government efficiency.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I just
no,
fucking
it's,
tried
very-
to point
it's very. Like, that's
You
a
had
good-
a
that's
point
good
and I
one.
stole it.
No,
That's a
no,
good
that
one.
was good. But it's like the Blackberries in Hillary Clinton's office being smashed with hammers.
Right.
It's like they say, hey, you know what? Just do it, and once it's done, nobody can reverse it anyway, so fuck it. Nobody's going to punish us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just
Who's
get it
coming
done.
after us?
Because once it's done, there's nothing left to fight for.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so it's the same thing as deleting emails and smashing cell phones. You know what I mean? It's just dodging and getting away with it with
That's
dodging.
what it is. If City Hall is the one doing the dirt, who do you turn to? You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna stop them?
I don't
They're
know what
City
you do.
Hall. Like, you know, like
I don't know what we
they're
do.
the ones you go to
We can
to
form a
help you
task
stop
force.
bad shit. You know?
We form a task force and then have a report generated
then be
in 8 to 9 years.
Sure.
And everyone
Then we come back and we
calls you a
talk about it again.
terrorist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're a terrorist. Yeah.
And then we write a paper on it, we
Yeah.
have it peer reviewed, and then maybe
Where you're
15
sitting in
years.
Guantanamo.
Then we got to raise, awareness, and then get the votes in, and then we got to get legislation on the table, and that costs $1 million to do, and then
So we're looking at really 45 to 50 years.
I give up.
But
Yeah.
damn it, we're gonna save those dead Indian bodies.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
They'll
So
still
like,
be there in 50 years.
but
Yeah.
like, so the contractors went out there with fucking dogs.
Yeah.
And they have the dogs attacking
Mace.
the Native
Yeah,
Americans.
there's-
They're macing
and
them.
these are not like they're not officials. It's a private security
security,
firm,
right.
But they are armed
Hired
with
by the
dogs
oil
and
company.
mace.
Yeah, hired
and they're
by the oil
sicking
company, yeah.
Isn't that
dogs
just
and
assault?
mace on people, and it's like, dude, you're not allowed to do that, you know. Like, and then when somebody showed that, what was the Ann Goodman or whatever her name?
Amy
is?
Goodman.
Amy Goodman, yeah. And she showed up and starts documenting it. And like filming it, and she's filming bites on people's arms, and she's filming like people who are sprayed with mace. All of a sudden, these people start loading the dogs up in the cars, and the trucks start taking
Yeah,
off.
and you see one of that people say, "Don't let the media spin this and say that we were inciting violence." This
Right.
is what really happened. And today I watched the police chief live saying the protesters are violent, the protesters aren't peacefully rallying, and I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. And every single comment just said liar, 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 like all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Amen.
well, that's another beautiful part of the whole thing now is the spin, because it's detracting away. Like, okay, wait, who started what? Like the simple fact that they send in the dogs and the security companies with the mace and everything like that, they're automatically posturing because it distracts you from the point. Are the protesters right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
are you
Right,
not
right.
supposed to be there in the front? No,
But that's
now
what
we're
it
talking
is.
about who swung first. We're gonna sort this out. No,
Yeah.
but
that's not what we're supposed to be talking about. They were protesting something, and they're right about it. But we're not talking about what they're protesting. We're talking about who threw the first rock. You know what I mean?
It plants that seed of
They
doubt.
plant the seed
Yeah.
of
And
doubt.
if
Exactly.
if somebody's on the one side where they just inherently believe that protesters are, unconstitutional, this and that, even though it's clearly protected, they would think like, oh, I'm already on the side of the contractor.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
going to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn
Oh,
it
they
off,
just showed up
or
and
I'm gonna
tore the
show
place
this
to
somebody
shreds.
and
Yeah,
they'll
you know,
disagree
like-
with me.
Pretty amazing in a lot of different examples that you see right now, especially in the age of social media, how they're sort of able to turn us against ourselves
They
on a
dictate
social
the
level.
narrative.
Because what you
Yeah.
have
That's what they've always been able to do.
That's
Right,
it.
right.
It's
We're
not
eating
just
cake,
now.
man.
Yeah, it's
right.
So
So
this is much more accessible.
But this is like you're watching them manufacture it now in real time, where it's like now you have
Yeah,
contractors.
it used to be cloak and
who
dagger,
are-
you know, like
yeah,
very
yeah, right, yeah.
secretive.
Take a little bit longer.
But it took a little longer,
Now,
but
now you're
now
like
you
now
can
Amy Goodman
manufacture
is standing out there with a
conspiracy,
camera
yeah.
crew watching them invent stories, and you're like, look at like if you don't believe now that they're just making shit up in the news and they're just saying what
Yeah,
they need
you're
to,
really-
I don't know what else to do with you, man.
Head in the sand.
Well, I don't really have much to say about it because there's really not much to say about it. We're either on one road or the other. The fork is behind us at this point. We're either going
Yeah.
to fucking
Yeah.
either way, it's complete social breakdown and fascism is going to rule, or it's going to be fucking mob rule. But either way, it's not going to be pretty. We're well beyond the
Yeah.
point
Yeah, I
of
think
fucking
so.
reasoning at this point because
on to the
so
church?
there's
night.
somebody who's making good money as a media analyst who's fucking spinning this the right way, and it's
Right.
all
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all about the money.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, this election has done nothing other than cemented that fact in my mind.
Right.
That we're just all
Oh, yeah.
completely fucked,
Uh,
because it's all out in the open and nobody even gives a fuck.
That's so
That's-
scary.
Yes, like I
That's
said,
the scary
we're
part.
eating cake, man. We're
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
and it's
Let
not
them
even
eat cake,
not
yeah.
even that we're fighting each other now. It doesn't even fucking matter, man. In the end, they're gonna do what they fucking want to do. I'm glad I'm old.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something cast. The public's attention span is so short. By the time someone else fact checks a
Yeah,
lie,
wag the dog, man.
the liar is 3 more points further along.
Yep.
And that's the other big problem too. Is like, and this, all credence has been taken away from both sides of the argument too. Like the government or the good guys, whoever the fuck it is, everybody. If you're pretending you're doing the right thing, you're probably wrong, and nobody trusts you anymore. If you don't believe in anything, they call you a conspiracy theorist, and nobody trusts you anymore. And the truth is buried somewhere in the center that like no one can get to because every fucking story gets this little offshoot coming off of it.
Because we're all fucking our Murrow now with the fucking internet feeds.
Yeah.
We all know what's going on. We don't know shit. None of us know shit.
Yeah.
And we would just be concerned with what we're fucking doing. That might make a difference, but at this point, like I said, I think we're well beyond the fork. I don't know which road we're on, but
Dude, it's embarrassing when you go online and you believe that some shit happened from a satire site and somebody calls you out on it, man.
Still some of my favorite quotes was George Carlin when he said, "Look, you don't get it anymore. It's bought and paid for. It's over. It happened.
Yeah,
your
right. Yeah,
fucking grandparents, your grandparents did it. It's not even your parents. You know what I mean?
Like,
it's over. It's happened. There's a club." That owns everything, and guess what? You're not invited. Yeah, you're not in it.
They've learned from many revolutions. Each revolution, the power also gets a little bit better at how to, it's about keeping us distracted and giving us just enough to be entertained and fed. They take away your food.
That we have freedom.
Because the will of power, the will of the people is still the most powerful thing and will never be denied. The problem is getting the people to fucking enforce their will.
And agree on what they want, in the first place, to come together.
Exactly, because now there's so many fucking monsters in the shadows, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, the divisiveness has never been.
Where farmers were pitchforks fucking waiting for Frankenstein.
We went to see Michael Moore's documentary, Where Do We Invade Next? Where was he... where he was talking to one of the leaders and she said, "I would hate to be your neighbor." Was that that wasn't Sweden? It was it Norway?
I don't remember which one said it.
Yeah, it was Scandinavian and or some kind. And like when the government fucked those people over, if those people united and took to the streets and went, "Hey, we're collectively being fucked over by this," and shit turned around. But here, people will fight for shit that's
but here you got 250 million people and land that stretches 3,000 miles wide and fucking and 2,500 miles fucking deep. Over there, like look what happened in the Ukraine. People took to the streets and they changed shit.
Right.
But that's because it was like Rhode Island.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know?
We could march on Rhode Island.
Yeah. Oh, dude. We'll take Rhode Island.
Even Texas couldn't get their
We'll have New York by the weekend. Right. This is all doable, but dude, there's a gigantic landmass with not a lot going on separating us from the West.
And most of those people in the middle of the country, like when you look at an electoral map, man,
they don't want nothing to do with this shit.
Right. They're fine for fucking right.
I got grass, I got cows.
So nobody's gonna bother me yet.
Great. Yeah, it ain't gonna bother. These are city problems.
It's like a different country, you know what I mean? So like when I say I have problems with this country and like my grandma has a problem with that, I understand it from her perspective, but from my perspective, it's like I agree with what my grandfather did. He did a lot of crazy shit, when he was in World War II, and it's because they were fighting for a different country. Like you can't look at the evolution from the early 1940s to now and be like, this is exactly the same. We're fighting for exactly the same thing.
No,
we're not.
We're fighting for exactly the same outcome because that's
right. Okay,
it's about money and rebuilding. The problem was we were rebuilding the rest of the world,
right.
And that's what happened after the fucking Second World War. Was after they dropped the bomb, Harry Truman said he brought the right and the left together. He said, "Look, we become the world's police, so we're going back to being an insular nation." And he turned for the right. He turned to Wall Street. Yeah. The Morgenthau, and Morgenthau gave it off to this guy Paul Nietzsche, who wrote this document NSC 68, which says we need to we need to police the world's. We need to be able to control the rest of the world via democracy. We need to force democracy on people if they don't want it.
I love that.
And Paul Nietzsche became the NSA head and the fucking advisor to 7 presidents after that, all the way to fucking Nixon, beyond Nixon, Carter, and he was NSA under Carter, but all the way up through there. And he's the guy who started this whole fucking University of Chicago. And that's why when Obama came through the University of Chicago and named Zbigniew Brzezinski as his fucking NSA, I'm like, this doesn't fucking matter. At this point, everything's out the fucking window. And he started that whole, he just perpetuated that whole line. That's why they call them hawks, because they swing low. It doesn't matter what side they're on. They're just fucking looking to eat.
Sure.
But it's all about the same thing. Is what pulled us out of the Depression wasn't FDR. He was a scumbag, that fucking guy. It wasn't until he went to fucking Warm Springs and or Cold Springs, where the fuck he went and found out, people are people, man. They're just like me, except for they don't have money, right? But it was the money that came out of there and rebuilding the rest of the world that saved us economically and brought us all that peace. But basically, that document set the blueprint for everything that was put in motion through the fucking Bush years, through the fucking Nixon. Don't forget, Nixon came in under Bush. Fucking he answered an ad in a Sacramento paper that said, and that's why you know, I'm gonna get way off topic here.
No, dude. I don't know a lot of this.
That's exactly why we go to war. Okay, that's why
For
Eisenhower.
profit.
That's why I will say for profit, exactly, and that's why I will tell anyone I think that Eisenhower was the last great president that we had, and I will take a drunken Ulysses S. Grant over a fucking sober Bill Clinton any fucking day.
Word.
All right, because a general knows the price of a drop of blood versus the price of a drop of oil. All right, and bankers fucking don't. All right, and that's what's fucked us. All right, and unless there's a complete collapse of fucking of this middle management we have, you know, we need to redesign our fucking system. You know, if this election doesn't go off, you know who gets to pick our next president? The fucking electoral college, without even our say.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's an archaic system.
Yeah, no shit. I know.
Wait, were you reading from paper? Because that was seriously impressive.
That's
a
clutter I got up there. That's why I'm just like, you know, I don't even. At this point, I'm old and
Tedesco's got a shit again.
Seriously.
I get debauched with the best of them though too. Don't.
No, but the electoral college made sense at the time.
Yeah.
When people like you were talking about the landmass, like you didn't have.
When you knew your assembly, and you knew you shook your fucking.
When community was community.
It was built. It was built because it was such a great span with so few, and they needed somebody to centralize. They needed somebody to think for everybody because we couldn't. It take like what was it? Fucking Pony Express. How long did it take for telegrams and everything? Like, you know what I mean? Like you couldn't communicate. We have the ability to communicate now, yet we're still using this archaic system that pretends that we don't know how to talk to each other and make up our own minds about it.
Not to mention the amount of just general knowledge that we're able to communicate as a society versus
we have access to more information.
But the accessibility, man, and even in the age of the internet where there's a lot of misinformation, people are there's a split where people are sort of like academically dumber in some ways and academically more brilliant in others. You know what I mean? Like people like bank the knowledge that they want if they want to. It's there, and then they expunge what they fucking don't want. You know what I mean?
Grammar and stuff like
exactly.
Language is an evolving art, though. So
I met people who
cut a little fucking slack on that.
Who can't write a sentence but can tell you an entire history lesson about World War I and II like it's absolutely second.
But if he, but if he can present his argument without hammering a sentence and somebody else can understand it, then more power to him, and that's fucking.
Right. And like the kid, what was the video? I posted on my Facebook page like a week ago or something like that. The kid from the impoverished area in South Africa who built a fucking wind turbine out of fucking garbage.
Yeah.
This kid read about how wind turbines work. He has no access to any tools, any money, anything. This kid just read about how wind turbines work and made one out of scrap wood.
I'm telling you.
Out of scrap fucking wood.
I definitely didn't do enough today.
Dude, you know, that's what I'm saying. But that is the depth of the knowledge that we can have access to. A kid who probably has to walk miles just to look at the internet. Went on, looked at this shit, memorized it, went home, was like, hey, I can power our village, and built one out of fucking trash.
Yeah, here's what it comes down to, though. Because the internet,
unbelievable.
Because the internet, and we're concerned with our followers and all that stuff.
Story.
You know,
it is. It's great.
We're more concerned with what's going on out there, and this guy's doing, that guy's doing, and the only way we're going to change this power structure, I said like a million times, it's built like this. You change the capstone, it's not going to matter. We all have to change our own personal space. I think it sounds like you know, think globally, act locally, but that's fucking what that kid fucking did. If we all did that, we all governed ourselves in a way that was right, that was morally righteous, because we're born with moral compasses. All right, society fucks that shit up, and there's a lot of things that fuck that up. You know, and at this point, we're entrenched generation after generation of that fucking shit. Okay, and our environment's all fucked up. But if we take it back and we reclaim our spaces and we raise our fucking kids right, and we tell them, look, there's certain things you have to do, but there's certain things you don't have to fucking think. Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And kids start thinking for themselves. This is at this point we're so past the fork. It's a long-term project to pull you down. But that's what's going to happen. It's got to be a 50-year thing.
Absolutely.
That's why these elections sucks.
Yeah.
There's nobody coming into public service and thinking long-term. They're all thinking 4 years, 8 years, 10 years. Now that I was a movie star, now I got this money. What am I going to fucking do? There's no Peace Corps that to speak of anymore. I'm not saying there's not, but it's not like a big fucking thing. All that shit was tanked.
And it's just and like what we were talking. I think we were talking the last time too. Is it the same thing that I was saying? Like, you know, everybody fucking wants the fucking 4-year solution. You know what I mean? It's like once every 4 years. I care about politics.
And then when it's over,
gotta vote for the mayor.
You gotta vote for your car for years.
You gotta vote for the mayor. You gotta vote for the police chief. Shit, if you have access to the PTA, fucking vote for one of those people too. Even if you don't have kids in the school, because I want this person educating the youth of the future. You know what I mean? Like I don't like. You have to be involved. You can't just show up every 4 years and be like, I like that one.
We have to change our value system.
Change the world.
We have to change the currency of our value system.
Involved.
Peace will can be profitable if your currency is fucking goodwill.
Yeah.
Right? You value your teachers, which is something we don't do in this fucking country anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You value what you teach your kids instead of putting them in the sausage factories and grinding them out, and have and worry about all their focus is on passing tests and getting to college and feed the fucking backers.
And there's another part to that too. The other component is how is manipulating the system to change how we look in the face of the rest of the world. So No Child Left Behind was created to make it look like we're doing better. And what it really was, it was a federal mandate to push you through if you had a fucking pulse.
It was a federal grading curve. That's
it's
all
exactly
it was.
What it was.
That's all it was. We're gonna take the guy who scored highest, and we're gonna make that 100, whether it's 80% or 70%, and all you dummies pass anyway. Yeah. Remember, like when your whole class did so bad on a subject, and your teacher said, "We're gonna do a grading curve because you're all fucking morons."
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's not about getting it right. It's about staying with the flock. We're gonna adjust the grade curve to make you all acceptable. You
were saying before about the power structure and how.
I'm sorry.
I think you said there's a keystone to it.
A capstone, like a pyramid. It's a pyramid shape.
But even but I'm thinking just like
you change the headstone, it doesn't change the structure of the pyramid.
Right.
You change
I was thinking about like a curved structure. Do you think there's a keystone to this whole thing? Do you think there's something in place, or do you think it's like it's got its tentacles everywhere?
Here's the thing:
does it come from some? You know what I'm saying?
There is something in place. It's called the bottom layer, and that's us. And we need to take that shit back. And the only way you can take it, we can't take anything back that isn't ours. But we can fucking own it. And I'm not talking about stocking up with guns and all that sort of shit. But if you want guns, that's fine. Whatever.
Intelligence.
But
it didn't sound like a prepper.
He's got like 700 buses buried under his house.
No, I'm not actually. I was thinking today because there's been fucking half a dozen 5-magnitude earthquakes across the world.
I know, dude.
Yellowstone's ready to fucking blow. So
yeah, man.
I'm thinking today, man, I should have bought some more water with my paycheck. Not that it matters. Because I said 2 weeks, 2 years, what the fuck difference
I
does
need
it make?
something to drink as I'm watching the lava flow past.
Throw my
dude, prepping. I'm gonna be standing on the roof of my trailer with my sons and my wife, like I fucking told you, assholes.
The trailer is sinking.
Here's where we're gonna. I believe this whole theory is gonna be put to the test.
Go down in style, goddammit. Give me my surfboard.
I think this whole theory is going to be put to the test within the next and then in the short-term future over education and building yourself locally and warmongering, because our restrictions on Japan fucking raising the military has just been lifted.
Oh, yeah.
And them motherfuckers have some technology. They've been working on that shit, dude. Man,
we're going to have mech warriors finally.
At this point, we're learning enough about mass and fucking vibrations to lift 75-pound cannonballs in, and we can vibrate enough, it becomes fucking invisible. All right? You better believe that if that's what we're figuring out in our garages in fucking Ohio, that these motherfuckers over there in Japan have got that shit down. Not down, but they got an understanding of it, and that's we're gonna find out soon enough about reaping what you've sown. You know what I'm saying? Because when you fail to take care of the fucking ground year after year, it's gonna dry up eventually, and that's where we're at now. We made a shitload of corn because we stole corn from all our fucking neighbors the world over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Berlin bombed us shit. We fucking became the world's police, and yeah, we're watching great TVs, but where's all this shit being made? We don't do anything here. This is why when Britney Spears cancels a tour, it's big news, because we do nothing but make trouble and make burgers. All right, we're a service-based fucking industry. Yep. We have no infrastructure. You know, I've been reading up on Gary Johnson, and I think that this guy's gonna be my focus. Him and I forget who his running mate were, but Gary Johnson, when he left office, dude, he had more roads, more fucking schools, more hospitals, more shit than he had, and $1 billion fucking surplus. Okay, I don't need to check those facts. Okay, but this is a guy who really knows how to get shit done. But we're not concerned with making things anymore, rubber factories or anything like that.
I agree with you. Yeah.
You know, and in the end, we're just serving shit up.
Our biggest export is like scrap metal.
Look at the two candidates that remain. The only thing that they're good at is yelling at other people and telling them what to do.
And they're sure
they don't have plans to make
anything.
anything.
They have everything in their pocket. Look, man, when the California primaries were fucking called, It was calling 2.5 hours into it. There were still millions of votes. You know those votes didn't be counted were the independent votes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and those votes have now been counted, and Bernie had like fucking 90% of them were
fucking
Bernie.
killed them all.
You know?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So it's completely rigged. So unless we take that back, and it's a difficult call because somebody's got to fucking sacrifice. Blood is gonna have to fucking soak the soil to fucking replenish it, man. That's what fucking liberty is about. You know. Ben Franklin and fucking Thomas Jefferson, they warned us about that shit, you know? Cornwallis warned us about this shit when he signed the Treaty of Paris with Washington. He said, I don't give a fuck, dude, because in 200 years you're all going to be serving one god, the dollar. So go fuck yourself with a pound or whatever.
Right.
And that shit was on record.
Nope,
that's not some fucking quote somebody just pulled out of the internet.
Oh my God. I want to look up the quote, and I hope it says, like, you'll all be worshiping the dollar or pound or whatever.
Yeah, that's like a fine. That's like a Rick and Morty. That's like a Rick and Morty thing. I don't know. I've been turning people on to that fucking that Denver Allen thing. Oh my God!
You watch Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Well, that thing they did with the state of Georgia versus Denver Allen Fenton, though, is unbelievable. I play for people, and they're like, and everybody first thing they do is go and check to see if it's real.
Yeah, right. Exactly, right. Dude, that show, you know, they're expediting season 3 because the popularity has exploded so hard.
Yeah, they're trying to hurry it up.
Yeah, they're trying to hurry it up and get it out. And I feel like the state of Georgia thing they did was fucking brilliant.
Well, here's the thing, because there's an intelligence to that.
That fucking video in the courtroom.
Yeah.
That was
Did you see it uncensored?
Yeah,
so good.
Oh, it was so
good. Is this a murder?
Huh?
Is this a murder?
Yeah, I got a big old donkey thing. That's some white boys. I like big butt fucking by big ass.
You know what?
White boys.
It worked perfectly for them too because the thing that Rick and Morty does that I really love, like if you watch like regular network TV, like I've been watching the Golden Girls a lot lately, like more than could possibly be okay.
It's on almost.
It's like
24
hours.
How did you get?
You guys know me well enough that when I get hooked on one TV show, I'm just.
TV show, when
like,
you get hooked on anything, you're hooked on it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
you listen to the same album 24 hours for 3 months.
You're absolutely
like,
right.
Oh, really?
So like,
he's looking for a Walter White Betty White crossover.
Yeah,
right. He's looking for Easter eggs.
Now that would be a porno. But so like if you watch like regular TV, one of the things that annoys me so much about the dialogue is how unnatural it is. And when you watch Rick and Morty, it feels more like real life.
Everything.
The stammering and the burping while he talks. You know, I tell you what, like I love that, dude. I love that.
Okay, Morty. So I should just stop everything just because you're afraid of being rejected by some girl. Okay, fine.
I made some
impression.
I made some potion for you to roofie that poor girl,
and it destroys the whole world. It's so great.
Here's the nugget in that though is that that's an intelligent. That's like there's a lot of intelligence in that show, and the fact that it's catching on is because that's look, man. We are an intelligent society because of the internet at this point. We just have our shit focused in the wrong way. And again, if we just, it's about raising your kids or fucking, or the people you're interacting with or the things you do. Look, revolution to most people is spinning in your fucking bar stool while getting drunk. Yeah. Okay? Right. That's not fucking revolution, okay? You conspire while you're drunk, you act while sober, fucking Benjamin.
That's why these stools don't spin.
But the thing is, though, we now have the tools.
The non-spin zone.
We now have the tools. It's just such a long and hard road. Where do you even fucking begin?
I don't know, dude.
And I'm not even talking violent revolution. I'm talking.
You're talking about like small changes where you're actually
getting
back.
Imagine if you could just get your fucking county to elect some fucking decent freeholders.
Decent people, yeah, right.
All right, and those people then fucking went on to become decent senators and congressmen. Okay, again, that has to happen in pockets though. It's got to be a grassroots movement across the country.
Here's the thing, man, and I know people will. Well, hold on. My Uncle Wayne is in the chat room. He was the Golden Girls. And my mom went, hey, it's awesome. All right, so.
You ever hear that song by, that Ben Folds song? Oh, that's Uncle Walter. Never mind.
Here's the other question. I know people will throw a lot of flack at me about this, but you're talking about getting good freeholders, good people. I feel like we have come to a point, and we're starting to kind of see it, even though people are still being called names for pointing it out, that, like, good people in government sort of die, and they sort of don't really get ahead anywhere because the monster that they're supposed to cooperate with that's
that's why the support system.
That's why it's allowed to happen though, because there aren't enough voices behind them saying no. This is the guy.
This is what I hope Bernie Sanders' legacy is. And that's what I've been saying.
Yeah,
I believe that when Bernie Sanders bowed out, I know it pissed a lot of people off, including some people at the table, but. these were people that were trusting Bernie to do the right thing for the country. I think in that moment, Bernie thought he was doing what was right for the country. He's looking at these two things and going, what the fuck? It'd be great if Bernie just fucking threw himself completely behind fucking Gary Johnson or somebody, even though they're at odds and shit. But I hope his legacy is going to be that people now realize, wait, I have a voice, and fuck these people who don't want to hear the voice, because sooner or later, this shit, we're on a collision, we're on a crash course, like I said, either way, fascism or fucking complete mob.
Don't you feel like everybody is? Don't you feel like the whole planet's on a crash course? Not
No,
just the United
there are
States,
a lot of places that are doing really good. There's a lot of
Please don't
countries.
make another mistake.
But the biggest, most violent
the ones that are concerned themselves with fiat currency.
Okay.
You know?
Yep. I hear
Like
you.
you're saying, like when people want to get behind somebody that actually has decent ideas, like they get fired up about it, like people were for Bernie, and then it just fizzles out. Like
does.
they forget that there's other elections that actually do
Well,
matter.
that's
It's not just
instant
it's not just the
gratification.
presidential.
I compare it to like the Christians who say, well, if Jesus didn't actually come back from the dead, everything he said was bullshit. He wasn't. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yes.
No, Jesus must have come back from the dead because that's what separates him from the other
See,
religions.
instant gratification has been around for thousands and thousands of years. People, that's why people. It's infuriating, you know. It's like if it doesn't happen right now, the first time I say something about it, then I give up and I don't.
But you know what, man?
It's a hard road.
It's a hard road.
It's a hard road.
Changing is hard.
And there have been attempts at it. The metric system.
Yes.
That's a joke.
Fucking metric system. Don't even get me started.
Bartering, and now bartering. Like
These colors don't run.
Bitcoin. Okay, there's been a lot of attempts at it, but
I respect Bitcoin. I respect Bitcoin.
it got hacked pretty badly, man. Bitcoin took a huge dump, dude.
I know it
Like
did,
a North
but
America thing.
ideologically,
Yeah, of course. I mean,
ideologically,
ideologically, I
Bitcoin is
respect Catholicism, please.
Yeah.
Okay, that all works great on paper.
She don't.
And no, that was a joke. Okay. Anytime
looks
I
good
talk
on
to somebody else to talk to
paper.
God,
That's a bit.
that's just a big red X.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
Yeah, that was just a bit.
I might fuck you
That was
once,
just a bit.
but just
I've been affected.
So my daughter had her back to school preschool night tonight. And
Okay.
she's going to like a Methodist daycare. Not that we care.
Right.
They serve the kids meth. Now that
Yes.
oh,
Fantastic. It's the Breaking Bad training school.
different when I was a kid.
Right.
It's so good. But I was walking down the hallway with my wife, and I was like, "Is it okay for me to just randomly say Hail Satan? Is that what I have to do?"
You're damn
She's
right it is.
she's
It's your
like,
right.
"Don't you fucking do that." I'm like, okay, I won't.
My wife puts up with very, very similar behavior from me. Like, listen, Brian, this is the baseball team. These are all people in the neighborhood. We have to be friends with them. We're going to see them in a lot of things. Do not say anything stupid.
the biggest thing
You know what? Just leave. Actually.
Yeah, just go. They love me, though. They really
Yeah.
do. I go to the baseball games, and I'm yelling and screaming and fucking and all the parents, and like, they look at me, and it's like, I get like death rays.
Stay away from the crazy
but
one.
at the
These
end,
are the
no.
Randy Marsh of fucking
Yeah.
He's like,
But
what?
fucking-
I got this is America! I got
This is America. He rips his shirt off and goes, "This is America."
No, but then I get like at the end of the night, all the fucking moms are like, "You're the best." The
Oh, they all want to blow you. That's why.
No.
Yeah. You're a Viking to them.
moms.
It's
Not
the
just
tattoos.
You
It's the 6'6".
put them up against their accountant dads, okay? There's a line to blow you, fucking.
Those
No,
guys,
no,
those
no,
guys
no,
are
they're
doing
Just
the
the
job.
funniest she's on.
But the coaches too. It's because I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? It's like everybody else sits there like, "Oh, come sit here."
Real
They're
quick.
following the script.
Yeah,
Well,
and I start yelling about baseball. I'm like, "Fuck that shit! That was a strike!" You know, like I'm yelling at umpires. I'm freaking out. All the coaches, all the moms are like, "You're so much fun." And my wife is always worried about it.
Isn't
She's
he a
like,
riot?
"Don't do that! Don't do that!"
Go ahead.
Now I know it's not an exact comparison, but which Golden Girl do you think that most represents? His behavior
His behavior. What Golden
at
Girl
baseball games
represents?
specifically.
Well, not giving a fuck.
Baseball
Isn't that
games.
that's more like a slut attitude. I don't
No,
give a
I
fuck.
know you're getting
I'm
at
having a good
something
time.
because they were coaching. I would say Rose Nyland.
Yeah.
Because when Rose was coaching the football
Rose is
team,
fucking
really?
serious.
yeah, she got wacky competitive. Yeah, so they would beat Rose
I'm not
Nyland.
familiar with the Golden Girls.
How far into
Rose.
it?
Oh,
I'm
back in.
Apparently, as
What
far
was
as
the
you
name?
are,
What
dude.
is it?
I know
You-
Rose
something
is
falls.
You
famous
held the
for
cookie.
her.
Where was it?
St. Olaf.
St. Olaf. Oh, back in St. Olaf.
Yeah,
We
right,
used to-
right.
Yeah.
Have you guys been playing Golden Girls Trivial Pursuit? You're like
I would win.
on point.
I would
I
win. You have no
would beat
idea. You have no idea. Oh.
No, she would
She
win.
might beat
Come
me.
on.
She might beat me, but I think I've
She
watched
was-
all
she was watching Golden
6
Girls.
seasons
Seven.
+7 seasons plus the Golden Palace. I'm basically Golden Palace was basically
Spin-off.
season
Spin-off.
8.
Okay.
But B. Arthur wasn't in it. But Don Cheadle and Cheech Marin were in it.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, Don Cheadle was the manager of the hotel that they.
Oh, I remember those ones. Yeah,
So
I
good.
remember that.
So good, so good. His grandma was friends with the Stilghetti.
Yes.
Yeah?
No, my grandmother.
Your
My
friend's grandmother.
Yeah. I used to. I would come home from school. I'd go to my friend's house, and Estelle Getty would be just chilling there.
Awesome.
We'd be like hanging out, and she was the youngest out of all of them. Like I was all makeup to make her look old. Like she was like blonde hair, just hanging out, like playing bridge with my friend's grandmother, and
Trolling for
out.
dick.
You know? Yeah, just
And then
chilling.
Ryan comes over.
Yeah. Young, supple.
No, young little Ryan.
Oh,
with
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
4-year-old
young
Ryan.
little Ryan.
with a page boycott.
It was super cool though. She was a really nice lady. Like she was very, very like approachable, and you could tell, like like because nobody really knew who she was because she always wore the makeup. You know what I mean? Like so, like
cool.
she could walk down the street and she'd take you out and get you ice cream and stuff like that, and nobody would bother her because they had no fucking clue they were standing next to Estelle Getty. You know? Like,
awesome.
yeah, it was
I'll
really
come back
cool.
to it. Passers By podcast is in the chat now, and Ice in the Face is actually sponsoring a. He's raising money for a child hunger through a.
Who is this?
Yeah, Matt from Passers By
Oh,
podcast.
okay, cool.
So Ice in the Face is sponsoring the 7th tier called Pain 100%,
Okay.
where he's gonna drink 10 different levels of hot sauce,
Oh.
like right in a fucking row to raise money for charity.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
pay his hospital bill?
Yeah,
That's gonna be
That's a
fucking
good
charity,
fundraiser.
man.
All I gotta do is get him the Pain 100% sauce. That's that, and then
He's-
tell people to tune in. I'll be
He's-
tuning in.
he's
I
gonna-
don't know about you guys.
That's gonna change you, bro. Like
yeah.
you're gonna be a
You're gonna-
different person after
yeah.
that. You're
Yeah.
never gonna.
I was gonna
want
say us
spicy
too. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'm
That's
gonna
the kind
watch.
of human pain.
He's
Oh,
gonna
no.
be fucking repainting toilets. for,
Remember
like,
when
weeks after that.
remember when Rick and Morty were on the Purge planet?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to stick around and watch? I would. But what was funny is I love how after he watched for a few minutes he went, oh, I think my stomach, my eyes were bigger than my stomach on this recording.
I think my eyes were
That's the shit. Can we talk a little bit about the great Gene Wilder?
Oh.
Indeed, we should.
The dude, come on,
Indeed, we should.
man.
The kid, the
Waco
Waco
Kid. Yeah.
and Dr. Frankenstein.
And I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. Like I saw people on Facebook, and I mean, it's a good joke. But I saw people on Facebook who were just like, so tell me how much you love Gene Wilder now that he's dead, and like shit like that. You know what I mean? Which is a funny joke, but
Like
like,
thoughts and prayers.
I think we all really did love Gene
Heck
Wilder.
yeah,
you
what
know?
was
Like-
not to
yeah.
love about the
I
guy?
said prayers are useless.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is just a bunch of hope for no reason.
Right.
But
It's like when everybody changes their picture to like whatever country had the
I
worst.
just
Yeah,
love-
right,
I
yeah,
just
right,
love
yeah,
it. Like,
thanks for
people,
helping.
people
Suicide
go to church and pray and they're normal. I talk to myself and I'm weird.
you know
Same
what?
shit.
Call yourself Jesus and you'll fit right
Yeah,
in.
and you might make money.
When you do it, you just have to cross your fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
get
was.
it
See, I was
right.
doing it wrong. See, I keep going like this.
Yeah, usually
It's
it's
a
pub like
close
that goes
second.
All
poorly.
right. No, I was. It was the approach.
But Gene Wilder, man, Blazing Saddles was a
Fucking tragedy.
Now-
I was
now-
really upset when I found out about
Dude,
that.
yeah,
That
man.
really sucked, you know, like because I remember a couple a couple of weeks ago, like I was bringing up because Mel Brooks movies have come up with my son and me. I just showed him like Robin Hood Men in Tights for
Okay.
the first
Nice.
time and
Yep.
stuff like that.
How old is he?
10.
Yeah, I was about that age.
you
I think,
know,
when I saw
like
that
I
movie.
figure
Yeah.
he's about ready. You know, like we've had the talk, and I've explained shit to him, and it's just like, all right.
What
now-
I think is funny is I think that you mean you had to talk about comedy.
Yes.
That's what I feel like.
No, well,
you know,
we
but
had
I-
that talk when he was like 3.
You had the Eddie Murphy.
No,
talk.
yeah, we had the birds and the bees and all that, and I'm like, look, if we're gonna be watching movies with sex jokes, I don't want you just
I want you to
running
get 'em.
around fucking.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I want to be
I
lambing
want you to
myself.
understand.
but,
I don't want you to just run around
I agree with
regurgitating
you.
a bunch of shit
I agree
and
with
telling
you.
all your friends shit they shouldn't be here. I want you to understand the weight of the subject
Make sure you
matter.
understand dressing up like Hitler and dancing
Yes,
around as
yeah,
a no-go.
yeah.
Forget the sex stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
11-years already giving blowjobs.
Yeah,
Spent the
right,
budget
yeah.
on it at school.
But yeah, and I was
Like,
like,
I like the uniform.
I was
Like,
wondering-
No.
I was
There's a
wondering.
sharp, there's a crispness to it.
And that's why, like, I was wondering for so long. I was like,
Like a
you know,
sleek
Gene
mustache.
Wilder's like, I know he's older and everything, but Mel Brooks is still around and he's still touring and talking
Sure.
and doing stuff. Like, I wonder when we're gonna see another Gene Wilder project, and then he dies, and you find out it's because he's been battling Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's hard.
And it was
dude.
like that was really like, dude, that sucks, you know, just to think of him.
But man,
like,
but
having
Young
trouble like that.
Frankenstein was genius.
But did
dude.
you read what his son wrote after?
No, I didn't
like,
read what his son wrote,
Well, his
no.
son, like when the family attorney released a statement, his son pigtailed a little statement onto the end of it where he was just like, look, my father was, if this is due to complications of Alzheimer's, but I just want everybody to know that even though my father, he lost some things, but he was still him. Like, he was still, to the last minute,
awesome,
he was still him, and he wanted this to be private. He didn't want people feeling badly. He didn't want people to be worried or waiting for his day. You know, like, he just wanted it to happen and be done, and then everybody be happy with his work and all that. And I was just like, when I read that, dude, I was choking up. You know, like, I was like, that's a really.
Let me tell you something. I don't know where you guys stand on this as parents, but like, I actually fully agree with you and Gage watching this stuff together, because my dad, one of the things that my dad,
too, yeah, man.
my dad and I had in common, and what made us really close, was comedy.
Absolutely.
And I feel like watching some comedy that maybe some people would think is inappropriate actually shaped me for the better later in life.
Look, if you're not doing certain things that are on the fringe of being inappropriate with your fucking kids, then you are just fucking feeding them into the sausage grinder,
24 hours
Someone
a
is
day.
going to take that
that's
quote
24
out
hours.
of context.
That's the soundbite.
You're fargoing your kids.
Yeah, man. Like, I just feel like, people make jokes about it, but by the time I was 10 or 11 years old, I had entire George Carlin acts memorized. I had I had Andrew Dice Clay acts memorized. You know, and like,
here's the key point.
and I was a good kid when I was
The
a
key
kid.
point to kids is just spending time with them, man. Right? Unless you're like robbing banks.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're fucking
Even
beating
then,
people
show
up.
them how to do it right.
Believe me, my father would fucking bust kneecaps for a living. Okay, so I went on a couple of rides. Anyway,
You gotta tell some stories about it.
Yeah,
Every time you get into this, I'm
Tony's
like,
ride-along stories.
Those are the home movies I want to see.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Too. Like, it's the truth though. Like, my dad.
but it's like a reel-to-reel recorder. It's like Tony's dad in dark glasses and a hammer. Like, it's all silent.
You can hear the clacking.
And he's like breaking some guy's knees with a hammer.
Tony's dad showing him how to bite the curb.
Like this is how it's done, and like little Tony's
Yeah,
standing there with like a plastic
that's
hammer.
not quite what I meant. But,
All right, I know.
But let's just be clear on that.
But a little plastic ice pick
The
pretending to go in
point
his
is when you
ear.
spend, when you spend time with your kids, all three of my kids, man, I raised to realize it's not a Disney World. You ain't getting shit you don't fucking earn, and if you do, I'll be the first to tell you don't fucking deserve it.
Yeah.
Not that I ever had to tell it to them, but the point is that the key is being honest and being fucking a good person, man. That's what we all need to be. And if we can just be that, whether you got kids or not, to each other, then things start working out for you. The universe does have a way of fucking coming back. You know, the problem is, this is what we're going to stand back for. If we could all learn to crawl out from the fear of the almighty dollar, and we, you know, and like I said, they tried before, bartering systems and stuff, and putting Bitcoin, putting things in place. But it's not about institutionalizing something. It's about just doing shit, you know? Knowing that you can do something
Being
for somebody.
yourself and making it relevant.
And being there for people, and people will be there for you. Especially when times are tough, right? And with your kids, it's the most important thing. Spend a fucking time with them. My kid used to go to school every day. On the way home, I'd be like, "What you learn today?" "Oh, that's fucking bullshit. Here's what actually fucking lied. Or here's what you should find out what happened. Don't ever say anything I got to say is true.
don't
I'm
call
all mad. Who
Columbus
knows
a
what I
hero.
got.
I got a good one with that.
That's the key. And same thing when you're sitting down and you're watching inappropriate stuff. It's not the key to you sitting there and saying, "Look, this is funny because of this bigger thing." It's not. It's funny because of the context. It's not funny because of the things he's saying. It's because of
what it means.
Of the background against society. I'm being a little.
And I'll tell you what,
you're right. No, you're right.
Not understanding sarcasm is a big problem.
Yeah.
For a lot of kids, that's a sign of autism.
It's the worst problem.
That's a sign of autism. And that's a big problem in this country in general.
Right? Yeah. But the problem too is when you teach people from the time that they're young.
I'll come back to
it.
If you teach people from the time that they're young that everything should be taken exactly at face value, and you sort of remove the joke, the sarcasm, you know, Dave Chappelle did something brilliant. He made people look at their differences and all collectively laugh together about them. You know what I mean? And he was able to do that by taking everything to this extreme, you know, to show it to you and be like,
and
hey,
include himself in
himself.
that with it as well. And that's what's always important. When you're in it together, that people realize you're in it together. It's not us against them. That's what the biggest problem with it's been the civilization of fucking structured politics and you know, serfdom or whatever the fuck it's been. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Like I did the other day. It's a little off topic, but kind of on. Like the other night when I got home from work, and I was talking to Mike and everything like that. You know, like I don't live in like the greatest neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of fucking crackheads and wacky shit going on over there.
America.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but like. people are always, they know I know how to work with my hands. I've been a framer. I can do anything. I can build you a fucking house with my bare hands from the ground up. You know what I mean? So people are constantly coming over my house like, Ryan, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me? Ryan, can you fix this? Like the other day, my fucking neighbor's kerosene tank starts leaking. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I'm on my way to Home Depot. I have my car. Don't worry about it. I'll fucking buy it.
That attitude was a long way, dude.
Yeah, but it happened. It happened the other day. I was with Mike. And we got off of work, you know what I mean? And I was with Stones, and we got off of work, and I'm exhausted, long fucking day, you know what I mean? Like, and I just want to go in and fucking have a couple of beers and sit down, and he's hanging out for a while, and my wife is just kind of like, hey, why don't you go do this? You know, like, hey, why don't you run to the store, grab some beers, and then we can get some food or something. I realized I locked my keys in my fucking truck.
Okay.
And my truck is like an old truck, like, you know, it's hard to break into.
Sure,
it's
sure,
really hard. Like I was
Trucks
trying
back then were hard.
I was trying the wire hanger trick to get the door locked, but it had automatic locks. I couldn't reach the fucking thing. And I'm sitting on the side of the road. It's like fucking 10 o'clock at night. I'm sitting on the side of the road. And dude, all of those fucking favors came back because at least like 5 people came out like, oh, you locked the keys in the car? Hold up, I think I got something for that. And then like 2 minutes later, my buddy Kirby.
Break the window.
No, and it is though. Yeah. But yo, I'm serious.
I learned with Tony Tedesco's dad. Hold on, he's with a hammer.
No, but I'm serious, dude. Like,
movies.
Like, and, hey, I don't know why the guy has a Slim Jim. I don't know what various reasons he may have.
There's a million reasons to have a Slim Jim. I'm going to say right now.
Yeah, but so this
it's art. The curvature. Like,
I was out there for 5 minutes struggling with a fucking coat hanger.
Yeah, dude, I can break into a car in 2 minutes. Any car in 2 minutes, dude.
But in 5 minutes, this fucking dude comes through and he's just like, oh, Kirby's neighbor's got a Slim Jim. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab it. Yeah. And then another neighbor from across the street, because all the other neighbors now they're like, oh, Ryan's down there working on his car. One of my other neighbors calls. He's like, that's a Chevy, right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, you can't pull up on that one. You have to push down. Like I had the entire neighborhood in 5 minutes out there helping me get into my car. I was in and out.
The other side of that though is that some people when they're like that they feel like they can't say no to helping people, and you have to know when to say no.
Oh no, I do.
No, I know you do. I'm just saying. But the other side, when we're talking about like
some people, some people give you the shirt off their back when
right. And you can't, and that brings resentment. Or the last thing you want to hear is somebody saying on the other end, "Oh, that motherfucker wants me to help again." So you just say, "Yeah, no problem, buddy."
Yeah, but then you
I just wanted to point out that Passes By podcast, Tedesco, if you're not doing borderline inappropriate things with your face. Macho Man Randy Savage knew a thing or two about Slim Jim. We got a text on the show here. Love the tattooed bananas. Oh, by the way, how are your collective butts? Oh. Alex, is anyone there?
Oh, yeah.
All
right.
They got a great show.
Yeah, absolutely. They fucking do, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The other thing, I thought this might create a little bit of drama in the room there. He being Gene Wilder, did a great interview where he said Johnny Depp's Wonka movie was an insult.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you think so?
I don't know.
I
didn't
think it was
really that.
I think if I was Gene Wilder, maybe I would be insulted, but I'm not. So I wasn't insulted, but I just didn't think it was all that great.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say it's just entertainment. I don't know. It never seems to be like, all right. There's probably a handful of movies that I wouldn't want to see remade just based on nostalgia.
And there's a lot of remakes coming.
There is, yeah.
Dude, they're redoing Big Trouble in Little China with The Rock as Jack Burton.
See, I
love The Rock. I hate his movies, but I love The Rock.
No, he's a good dude. He's a really good dude.
He's a really good dude. But I do remember watching that as a kid and having like that sense of just like child wonder about it.
God, I love that movie.
You know, so maybe I'd get a little bummed about that.
Well, that's the problem with Hollywood is that because now they're pandering to an international market. Yeah, so so you have either remakes, which are hoping to make, or fart jokes, because the fart joke is a universal thing. You can't have a deep intellectual movie made in English if you're pandering to fucking the Chinese fucking market.
I picked up my daughter today on the couch to flip her over because she was like, "Flip me over," and I squeezed her too hard and she farted really loud. She was like, "Daddy, was that a good one?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was."
Not to be borderline inappropriate, but that was an excellent fart.
And my little one, who's just like a year and a half, was like, "Fart, fart." So, that's me too.
Our kids gotta hang out. They would get each other's sense of humor.
Look, man, the best way to be is to study Shakespeare and laugh at fart jokes. Man.
Yeah,
spectrum of comedy.
You can be smart and stupid at the same time.
I agree with that though, man. Like I always felt
it's a good way to be.
I always felt like Awesome Talk was a lot of fun because it showed that you could have an intellectual conversation while also being a drunk asshole. It's
and being just
It's life. Some days just suck. Other days are fantastic.
Nobody's fucking flawless. The smartest of all of us still makes mistakes, and if you embrace it and just go, you know what? I'm not gonna win all the time.
You know what, Ryan? You know who could learn from that?
You know,
Eddie Murphy could.
Yes.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy could.
Full
circle.
Come on, Eddie. Come on, Eddie. As a comic, you gotta fucking appreciate that joke. That was a good joke.
Every once in a while, you wind up with your dick in a guy's mouth. You know.
Hey, look, I've always said if it's just a pair of balls that are in the way, I'm the
Dude, like I said earlier in the show, the Chappelle skit. Remember the dude's night out? Mouth is a mouth.
Mouth is a mouth. Yeah. Holy shit, man. But yeah,
there we go.
But you know, I just want to touch back on Gene Wilder for just a minute and just say how much his movies really did shape. Her and I, a couple of months ago, sat and watched See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yeah, him
and Richard Pryor.
Another You.
And I was like, dude, this is one of the best comedies ever.
I had not remembered ever once in my adult life sitting through that movie from beginning to end, and when we did, I was like, this is still relevant. It's still funny.
And Brewster's Millions, remember that? That was just Richard Pryor. Yeah, I forgot. I thought Gene Wilder was in that.
But Gene never did anything wrong.
Nah, he
Right,
was awesome.
that's exactly it too.
He never did anything
wrong. There was no scandal.
No.
He was bad.
Yeah.
And he was a
publicity.
great comedy writer.
It's coming.
He was a quiet.
Well, back then,
artistic. Like, and
I want to know what you think about that.
Well, I was just speaking to his point that you know, no scandals. Who knows? Back then it was like fucking the press was much. There was no TMZ.
Yeah, for all we know.
You know what?
No scandals that we knew of.
Everybody's got their fucking something they would not have somebody else fucking realize.
Zach with the Tattooed Bananas. I want to tell you what my bad idea is, even though it's a good bad idea.
Okay.
I said once on the show they should redo Blazing Saddles with Dave Chappelle as Sheriff Bart and Jeff Daniels as the Waco Kid. But who would be Hedley Lamar? I don't know.
I love it.
Doesn't that sound like
Paul Giamatti?
like
Will Ferrell?
Ooh, man, those are two good guesses, though, man. Those are two good ones.
I love it.
But why redo
Paul
it?
Giamatti. I do like Paul Giamatti.
No, of course never redo it.
That makes
I hope they don't. I hope they don't. That was
Is it like untouchable for you?
That one
Well,
has
it's
to
not
stand
but
on
it's
its
just that
own.
I'm just so sick of like I used to like movies, and nowadays it's like as easy access I got to every fucking movie. It's just like, what the fuck do I even want to see?
Yeah,
I'm watching stuff like I'm watching stuff just based on
Oversaturation.
the content as opposed to like The Man Who Knew Infinity. Okay. Great story, but the movie was not even that good. And I like the actors in it and stuff like that. But,
you know, I saw an article today about how this summer's movies were relatively speaking a complete bust.
Oh yeah.
And somebody were like, the reason they're a bust is because the Hollywood formula stopped working.
Yeah.
Because our generation and the generations below us, we kind of caught on that we've been watching the same fucking thing over and over, and it stopped working. So we're looking for things with more depth.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Again, it's about the globalized market, man. At least this is what I'm not the only one who's thinking this, and this isn't an original thought for me either. All right, but it makes sense to me that these movies they're making like these like comics. When I first saw, I used to love comic books, man, and these comic book movies fucking blow.
Some of them do, yeah.
Some of them,
But
they
when they
capture
do 'em
some of
right,
the essence.
Deadpool was the shit.
Deadpool was the exception. But Deadpool,
That's the exception.
Deadpool was the motherfucker swimming
They
upstream
broke
now.
all the rules.
You're right.
They
You're
broke
right.
all the
And
fucking rules.
that's the shit that I like. But they,
Yes.
and it was like maybe there's some moments in the first Avengers movie that I liked. Okay, but the point is that once now that they got the formula in place, I watched Suicide Squad, and it's all they could have done so much with that movie.
Sure.
And don't get me wrong,
feel
as a
like
movie, it was okay. You know, for what I paid for, nothing. Okay, so I got a good towel sink, and it was all good to go. Hey, I'm
totally fine with
but,
that.
But it was nonstop action. It's like the Bourne Identity. Okay, man, or fucking what's that one with the fucking driving the seven needing out what the fuck is
the Fast and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious.
Is that because
that was Point Break with cars?
I never
Oh no! I have no problem with somebody doing something other than the comic books as long as it's intelligent. Get somebody who really loves the comic book. Kevin Smith went to do Superman. That would have been fucking great.
That would have been fucking. That's the only way to make Superman great. By the way, Superman movies always suck.
And you know what? And they fucking pulled the rug on him because he was too much of an independent thinker. It's like what. You should watch Jodorowsky's Dune, okay? This fucking is the best fucking movie ever about art versus fucking versus the business. Okay.
Yeah.
You should watch Cecil B. Demented for the same
Oh,
reason.
I love that flick, man. That's one of my all-time faves.
You should watch the new Elena.
John Waters.
It's really good.
What?
That movie is
It's
just
a cartoon my daughter watches.
It's fucking
New Dora the
Cecil B.
Explorer.
Demented was an out
No,
and
I
out
won't let her watch
assault
that.
on the film
I can't
industry by
stand
John
it.
Waters.
Brilliant.
And it was brilliant. It was over the
He-
top.
He's totally against the against international trade.
Folks,
Yeah.
we are at the time of the break. I want to
Thank
tell the
you.
guys in the chat. Say to the guys in the chat, we're going to come back to this conversation. What you guys are talking about, I want to
Or
address
not.
all of this. So
we'll
keep talking.
completely ignore
Right now,
it.
what you're going to see is an interview that I did with Mike Scroy here for an awesome talk quickie. And he talks about Iron Horse Cinema, and it's really awesome. And we also cut back to Awesome Talk Season 5, Episode 3, when Daniel Danson and Dean from Micah were here, and Dean swallowed swords on the bar. It was freaking nuts.
Didn't you piss him off on an anti-Semitic joke though? Was he
No, that
anti-Semitic?
was somebody else.
Oh,
That was
okay.
somebody else. But so check that out. And I think there's something else mixed in there. Now I can't even fucking remember it. But it's all good stuff. So stick with us. We'll be back in about 25 minutes. Watch this, turn it up, and then we'll be back shooting the shit for a little while.
Yep.
Stick with. All right, what's up, everybody? This is another Awesome Talk Quickie. I'm here with Mike Scroy from Iron Horse Cinema.
What's up?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We love having you here.
Awesome.
And I want you to talk about Iron Horse Cinema a little bit.
Iron Horse Cinema, yay. So, things have been going well. Iron Horse Cinema. We're actually going to the Salt Lake Comic Con next week. It's from the, we'll be out there September 1st to the 4th.
Okay.
And then, luckily, I'll be back and home in time for Labor Day, so I can rest up that day.
Okay.
Because that's when the fantasy football draft is.
Yeah, of course.
But, yeah, we're going out there. It's an exciting opportunity for us to be out there. It's, from what we understand, the third biggest Comic-Con in the country behind San Diego and New York. So we're really hoping this gives us a lot of exposure, and we can network and meet a lot of really cool and talented people. And hopefully we get to meet Mark Hamill and not have to pay. You know,
Right.
I understand he's a little pricey, that guy. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Luke Skywalker,
Yeah.
and the Joker.
That's right. And
yeah.
the Joker. So he's the big guy. William Shatner's going to be there, I think. And I think Stan Lee. I could be wrong.
Okay, all right.
The lineup is pretty incredible. So we're going to go out there. We're going to be screening our films. We're going to be screening. We have a little promo video that we use on our website. And so that'll start things off. And then we have a Star Wars World War II newsreel that we did.
Awesome.
Which we really were hoping would have picked up a lot more steam, because you always see people who take World War II photographs and put Star Wars stuff in it.
Right.
And Star Wars has its roots in World War II and World War II propaganda films and movies like the Dam Busters and stuff like that.
Sure.
So, we really thought that would have picked up a lot more steam. So we're really hoping people see this and it gets the recognition it deserves. We hired a really good, and I forget his name and I apologize, but a really good voice actor to do the old-timey newsreel voice.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
I love that.
And I wrote the script, and I'm proud of how the script came out, and it came out great. So we're gonna show that. So we hope that gets the exposure it deserves. And we also did a Cowboy Bebop trailer, like as if it was a live-action movie, but
Okay.
we just did a trailer. And again, that's another one that we had high hopes for that didn't hit the mark like we wanted. So we're glad that they liked it enough that they said screen this.
Okay, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, we gave them a list of films, and we said, you let us know what you want us to show. And that's what they told us. World War II, Bebop, and then we're going to show our Five Nights at Freddy's Cold Storage film.
Okay.
Which was the big home run for our team that really kind of put us over the top in terms of getting a lot of subscribers, a lot of views, and really helped us build up our fan base and get us some notoriety.
If you had to explain, so would you say that Iron Horse Cinema is like a fan film company, or how would you describe the company itself?
Yeah, we're a fan film company. We do fan films. When people ask us what we do, we say we do fan films of video games, comic books, and pop culture in general.
Sure.
But we also have ourselves out there for hire if people need a promo for their business and professional work. So we have the professional aspect. It's kind of thing where, you have to be kind of self-sufficient.
Sure.
And raise money. You can do the GoFundMes and this and that and the other thing. But, we have this option to earn some money. And, also in hopes of we can earn enough money, we can do it full time.
Sure.
Which is the end goal anyway. So, but more or less, fan films is what we do. And hopefully one day we can do what we originally intended to do, was original work.
What I love about the fan film culture is I feel like it's sort of integrating the fans with a bigger culture. Like you take something like Star Wars, like you guys did Star Wars PCs, and it's like now like you can kind of be part of it. You know what I mean? If you have the skill and the.
Well, that's the thing, and we did the film The Lesser Evil. And we won an award from Kathleen Kennedy, it's still completely mind-blowing.
Sure.
That she saw our film and liked it the best.
Right.
And not to say that the other films weren't good, but, it's always a matter of opinion. But the fact that she liked it and gave it recognition gave us more reassurance that, hey, we're doing something right and we're onto something. And, like you said, in a small way, we got to be a part of Star Wars culture, which is what we love anyway.
Sure.
If you look at J.J. Abrams, and you look at Gareth Edwards and Ryan Johnson and Colin Trevorrow, I forgot to say his name, the guy who's doing Episode 9, Jurassic Park.
Yep.
They're fans. They're all fans,
right? And
they're kind of doing fan films,
Yeah, sure.
So, but they started in the same sense. They always dreamed one day I'll make a Star Wars movie. So, we would love to do episodes 12 and whatever's next,
sure.
10, 11, and 12. So. If this gets us there or starts putting us towards that path, that's the benefit of the fan films. You get to really embrace the culture. I think the movie studios like it in a sense of it's kind of interactive, and they make so much money and the people come out, but now they can almost be a part of it, and it's its own culture now.
Sure.
And instead of just watching movies, you're a part of something, and that's really important to the fans. And that's kind of what we do, is not only be a part of the culture, but make films that the fans want to see anyway.
Sure. When people come to find you at the Comic-Con, what exactly are you guys presenting? Films? Are you gonna have a booth? Like, how does this work?
We have both. We have a table set up, and we're gonna be screening our films at the table. Just some of the other stuff that we can't do in the screening. But on Friday, September 2nd, from 8 to 9, we have our screening followed by a Q&A, where people get to ask us just about anything. And we've done a few of those at like MagFest and some other smaller events, and we enjoy those. And it's really good too. Something really important I learned from some friends who do their hip hop group. They said, we want people to look at us and say, I want to hang out with those guys.
Right.
So we want to give the sense of really who we honestly are. We're regular people who want to do film, and we're just as much fans as we are as filmmakers. We want to be relatable and show people that, like, if you work hard, you can accomplish this stuff. There's no special. Maybe the Illuminati. I don't know if that's true.
Right.
No, but you can make your way out there, and we're still trying to prove that to ourselves too. We're still trying to work towards something. So.
Two more questions. One, you spoke briefly about winning the award for the Star Wars film.
Right.
I'm sorry. What was that particular film called? And just if you could speak a little bit about winning that award, what that was like.
So that was not this year, but last year's Star Wars Celebration 2015 out in Anaheim. We did a Star Wars film. We wanted to do one anyway. We did a Star Wars film, and then we heard about they had StarWars.com said we're going to do a fan film contest, and the films had to be 5 minutes, and we just made it. We actually just submitted the film with about a minute to go.
Oh, I love it.
We just got in.
Yeah.
A minute to go. It's called The Lesser Evil, and it's a 5-minute film, and you can find it on our YouTube page. And you can also find it on StarWars.com.
The YouTube page, that's Iron Horse Cinema.
Iron Horse Cinema, or look up Iron Horse Cinema Productions. And it's just about two Jedi who work with a bounty hunter to stop a Sith Lord. And we went out there, and they told people who were gonna win something to come out. It's just the way the thing goes.
Sure.
We didn't know what. We didn't know what to expect. So, excuse me. We go out there, and what happens? Well, first was we were ranked in the top 25. And that was like amazing.
Yeah, of course.
It was incredible. And then you had to have a fan vote, and we were telling everybody and their mother to go vote. And we go out there, and they were going through all the categories. We saw we got nominated for like special effects.
Sure.
And we were like, we don't really want to win that one.
Right.
We want something big.
Right.
So, I mean, if we would have won that would have been amazing.
Of course.
But we go through everyone, and then it got down to the end. We're like, we thought we were going to win something. What's going on? We're like, and now the big one, the Spirit Award presented by Kathleen Kennedy, and it's her favorite choice. And on the projector screen, it's a video of her saying, we have it online. A lot of people submitted this and that. One film really pretty much hit the mark of Star Wars, and that's The Lesser Evil. And we had to submit it under one person's name, so it's under our editor and director's name, Cy White. So she's like, congratulations, Cy White, on The Lesser Evil. And even though we knew we were going to win something, we were in complete shock, and our reaction on the video was authentic. We were just, wow. It blew our minds that we won. So,
well, congrats on that, man. That was amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because I saw the film. The film is beautiful. It's very beautifully done.
Thank you.
Two more things really quick.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to announce that's coming up, and how can people find you online? Where do they go?
Well, we have some stuff coming up. We have a film we've been working on based on the video game Until Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
That's an exciting horror slasher game, so that'll be coming out. And then we did a game, Dora the Explorer, if she was an adult and it was a real live action movie.
Cool.
College Humor had done a comedy version, and we thought, what if we did like a straight up action film?
Sure.
So check out the College Humor one because they're great. And then our film will be coming out. It's a trailer. And then we have we did something with League of Legends we're working on. That's still in the works. We have some other ideas we're tinkering with right now. And then I'm actually editing a film we did called The Silent Service. It's a little different from the fan films. It's an original film about a World War II submarine. And we got to use a submarine down in Philadelphia.
That was awesome too.
We want to enter that into the GI Film Festival, so we're working on that as well.
Excellent. And where can people find you online?
Where they can find us, Instagram, Twitter, at Iron Horse Cinema. Also on Facebook, Iron Horse Cinema, and YouTube, 100% YouTube. Go to the YouTube page. That's our bread and butter.
Subscribe.
There's a donate button. If you could donate, that would be great.
Of course.
But if you're gonna watching means so much to us, and subscribe to it, and sharing it and all that stuff, and our website, ironhorsecinema.com.
Mike Scroy, thank you so much for being here, dude.
Thanks.
You're a longtime friend of the show, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy to see that things are going great for you and Iron Horse Cinema, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me
All
here.
right, man.
We do a lot of cool things on the show. So one thing we do is this is a mouse trap. I just happen to bring it. I don't know why I have this.
Why not? Yeah. I've met the mouse trap.
Yes. This is a mouse trap.
Right.
It's a standard mouse trap. This is a Tomcat mouse trap.
Okay.
I generally like to use a Victor because everybody knows what a Victor mouse trap looks like.
Right.
But basically a mouse trap is a mouse trap.
Sure.
The thing is with a mouse trap, when you lean this bar back, it comes down with about 1,400 pounds of pressure.
Ooh,
you know,
sucks.
Thing is that being in the sideshow, people are always fucking skeptical. They're like, "No, you're fucking lying to yourself.
Yeah, sure.
There's something fake about this."
Right.
But literally, this is not fucking fake. This is a real mousetrap. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate it.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Show you the awesome power of this fucking trap.
Please.
There you go. If you raise back,
You want me to get a cat?
Now you can. Now you can hear.
We can leave the
the
tail.
power of that
We can leave
trap.
the tail.
Right, yeah.
We're on the same boat.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
you.
It's
felt
strong.
I'll show you the awesome power of this trap. There you go. There you go. What's your name, man?
John.
John, would you do me a favor? They say that pinky bone is the same size of the bone of vertebrae of a mouse. So would you stick your pinky right in there? I just want to let you guys know this is not going to hurt me as much as it's going to hurt him. Are you out of your fucking mind?
They always do it. They always put the
They
pinky
always
right
do
in.
it.
They give you the
Because I
opportunity.
assume you're gonna do
They
it in
give
such
you
a way that it's not gonna
every time.
Dude,
Dude,
he'd be
I would
a great drug dealer.
Dude, I would not.
I figure there's some. I mean, I understand it's
So,
a real.
I'm sorry.
He was like,
My
here comes the illusion. Here comes the illusion. He's already surrendered to you. Like, you could tell him to rob a bank at this point.
You're like the evil
He's
David
already
Blaine.
surrendered to your whim.
Tell you what.
He's like, I will do whatever the fuck you tell me to, sir.
Tell you what, I'm not gonna fucking do that. I wouldn't do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
Do
first
it.
my liability insurance.
But then,
covers
yeah.
it anyway.
He trusts you.
another-
But tell you what, you know what
He
I would.
trusts
You know
you.
what
Now
I would.
take your dick out.
You know what I would. You know what I would do though. How about if I stick my tongue into this trap?
Alright.
Would you like to see that?
I wouldn't like to see
You
it.
were an evil bastard.
You would too.
You would love to
Fucking
see it.
evil
Yeah, all right,
bastard.
let's see.
do
All
it.
right. What I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to take the business end of this trap. Hold it down.
His life is in
Hold
your
it down.
hands. Okay.
Okay. I want you to angle the trap up like this.
Okay.
Now
Oh,
I'm
shit.
going to place my tongue into this trap. At the count of 3, you're going to let go of that bar, and that bar is going to slap down on my tongue with 1,400.
I'm
pounds
so
of
glad
pressure.
that you were a part of this
I
show.
love it.
Right?
Oh.
And I just want to let everybody know you're all in the splat zone. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
That's cool. Wait.
oh
yeah. All right.
Sorry, my
Okay.
Wisdom.
But hold on, let her get a good picture. She's got to
No,
get a
I'm-
good picture.
You
Are
probably
you
want to
okay?
get
Take my
around
eyes,
this way.
but leave my beer.
pretty much walked in.
Oh, go ahead. I'll give you room. There you go.
Give her a moment.
Anticipation's
Find a good
killing
spot.
Sure.
Anticipation's
Don't forget to
killing
arc
me.
it up, John. Don't forget to arc it up.
I don't know how good.
Other than over there might be better.
Right here, actually, right here would be the best place.
Yeah.
There's a nice camera right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, just and lean your way, Ryan.
Drop this down.
I'm all up on this.
We're about to do this.
Are you ready?
I'm
I'm
ready.
I am
Drum
so
roll.
fucking
Ready?
sure. Here we go.
Ready.
Ready.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is like Russian roulette.
Right.
Okay. Now, remember, that's a preemptive drum roll, D, and I will cue you. Okay. At the count of 3. Hold on. I'm going to say, I'm going to
1,
2, 3 days ago I did this. And we had a preemptive strike. Sir,
I'm ready.
Sir, you look nervous.
Don't make another
You do
mistake.
Yeah, right.
Look in my
You
eyes.
do look nervous.
Look in my eyes.
This is John Liker from Super TMH2.com.
Was it the brrrr?
That was really throwing me off.
Okay.
Don't mess with this flop.
Okay. Excuse me, people.
Are we
FLAH.
done?
People, we got to get into the zone here.
Okay.
Sure.
Absolute silence.
Look into my eyes.
Absolute silence.
John, you
I
have
want
to
you
move
to
your
find-
head.
Yeah.
You're blocking the chat.
Oh,
I want
sorry.
you to find your happy place.
Okay.
I want you to
Come in
think.
closer to me,
I want you to think of.
Just
and then
nuzzle
lean
up.
out.
Yes. I want you to.
Imagine. Okay, so.
I want you to think of puppies and kittens.
Okay.
Puppies and kittens.
So much better now.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, I think we're ready.
Ready?
Hold it, nix that. This is a sideshow bit. I want you to think of puppies and kittens in jars.
All right. Now we're
In
talking.
jars.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're good.
Formaldehyde.
Now we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Springtime.
All right, here we go. At the count of 3. Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Hey!
What are you fucking doing? Oh, Holy King!
You won't do it.
Bastard! Ah!
He'll tell you. You won't do it.
Ah!
Ah. Jesus.
Hey, man, give it up.
All right.
Hey! Don't like you harmed another human being.
I can't believe
For no apparent reason. What the fuck is your
He asked me
problem?
to. He asked me to.
Here,
was begging for it.
Watch this. You know.
That was great,
That's
dude. Balls up,
That's
man.
insane.
That was fucking.
I can't look at you. I
That
can't
was
look at you
nuts
the
out.
same
That
way.
was nuts out. That was
John.
commitment, man. That
I
was
need
nuts
another
out.
one of these.
Nuts
I'm
out. Go for
sweating,
it.
my
You go
friend.
right ahead, sir.
The sweat's
God,
pouring
that
off
was
me.
fucking. That was
yourself,
brilliant.
my
By the way,
designated
just so
driver.
everybody knows, Daniel Hansen right now, he is drinking.
That trick was brought to you by.
That tongue
You're just a little
that
whore,
tongue
aren't you?
thrashing
You're just a
was
little
brought
whore,
to you
aren't
by Cold Cock
Cock
Whiskey.
drinking.
Oh,
Thank
good
you.
Lord.
Cheers.
Thank
That
you.
was nuts.
Well, you play bad for
Well, that was impressive, though.
That was
I didn't think he was gonna go through with it. He did.
Dean Formica.
God damn it, that was fucking epic. Very good, man.
Thank you.
Dean Formica.
Now,
Does anyone else
Dean,
want part of the last beer on Earth? Is that what's going on?
Well,
Yes.
I'll take 1 inch at the bottom.
All right.
Just 1 inch at the bottom, if you don't mind.
now, believe it or not, Dean is
I'm
also.
good for that.
That's
I,
good.
there's
good.
only one thing I haven't trained.
Oh no,
in.
I still got plenty, man. Thank you.
Only one thing.
One thing you haven't trained in.
I have
Everybody,
not-
quiet.
I have not trained Dean to swallow swords.
He did that on his own.
No,
Huh?
no. He wanted to. So he tried. He couldn't get it quite down. So I have a friend named John Red Lawrence Stewart, which is the man that I met when I was like, I think 7 or 8 years old. When I first met John, and he is kind of like a legend in the business. And
A
he,
pillar of the sideshow
pillar of the
community.
sideshow community. And I brought Dean to John, and John showed Dean how to swallow the sword.
Huh.
And John, just to let you know how good he is, he swallows a car axle.
A what?
Yeah.
Holy shit, fuck.
Yeah.
That's-
Sounds like he spent a lot of time on the Sunset Strip.
Most swords swallowed in a day. Most swords swallowed in 5 minutes. I don't know.
Wow.
There's
So
a-
what
many,
what
like-
brings you to the point where you say this is you're obviously, like I said, half of us went to see the show. You're great at what you do. So what brought you to that? What makes you swallow a sword? I don't know.
Well,
Go for it.
Well,
It was kind of part of the whole sideshow tradition is always having a real, honest to God sword swallower on your show. Like at all times, if you want to be known as a real sideshow,
Yeah,
you
that's
have
true.
to have this act. And
That and the
it
big
was
thing.
something
he's
that
had a lot of
we didn't
girlfriends
have a ton
that
of.
have always swallowed for him, and he wanted
Yes.
to show them.
It's only
That's true.
fair.
It's also
Yes.
reciprocation. For all the ladies who have ever swallowed something for me, I swallow something for them. That is.
You are a good man.
Top of that.
Are there a lot of women in your life that want you to swallow objects?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen Dean speechless. He didn't have a retort.
Nice.
From day one, pretty much.
He did not have a retort. But
Oh.
Dean,
It's a
are you
beautiful
going
symbiotic
to swallow a
relationship that we've
sword?
had. Sure, why not? Why not?
Oh,
You've
this
let
is
it in.
amazing. This is one of the most awesome things ever happened here.
All
we
right,
have
Dean,
drum roll and
get
everything.
over here.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Geggs, where's the best camera angle?
We have had the drink.
Is it going to a good one or?
What is it?
Dean, take off your hat.
Is it half naked across the bar? Is that the best?
Hold
Is
on,
that
hold
the
on.
best angle that we can do?
No, he's got to turn. He's got to turn.
Half naked across the
Dean,
bar.
yeah,
There's no camera this way. You got to turn the other way.
I have to be the other way.
This is the camera.
Just stomp your boots all over the glass right there.
It's all right.
You see
It's all right.
anything
We have-
made of glass?
This is
just throw your
sturdy,
boots
right?
on.
This
Here we
is
go.
made with something that's like not just a bunch of cinder blocks
This is pretty sexy.
and toothpicks.
Notice how he's licking the sword.
He was
How
licking
could I not?
Bruce's fingers.
All right.
Something I've learned from
This
the
is-
ladies in my life.
This is the
I
sexiest
love
thing he
the force.
does.
Ladies are good. Not so loud. This microphone.
For everything.
Gentle.
All right, down the hatch without a scratch.
Unbelievable. I'm standing behind him. It's not just a trick. He's really doing it.
There you
Finger
go.
through.
Yes.
It went through. Well, I got a hole in
And
my
once
hand.
again, sir,
Now chug a beer so that we
and
can see
sir,
the water
just want
fly
to
out.
let you know that you were in the
Clinky,
splash zone
my
as
friend.
well.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm home. That's where I live. I live in the
He
splash
lives
zone.
in the
I'm always in the splash
In
zone.
the splash.
If anybody's gonna get hit by blood or guts, it's me. That's
Okay.
just how it's gotta be.
So, I want a question. I'm going to pose a question that I found online, and I thought this was a fun question. And I thought Sarah would particularly love this.
Oh no.
Who banged?
Did it go through?
Who banged more space chicks?
I did.
Han or Lando?
Lando.
Lando.
He had a city full of bitches. His own city full of bitches.
And a Wookiee.
Dude, Han
You ain't-
Solo is working one
you
at a
ain't
time,
fucking with
bro.
Lando.
Lando was on some whole nother level shit. You got
Lando was an asshole though.
But yeah,
And let's get it straight. Like,
pimp
you're supposed to
assholes,
be
yeah,
boys
right.
with your
Exactly.
boys.
The assholes get the most
That's-
pussy.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Sarah, what do you think of all
Space
this?
Palace, yes.
By the way, for everybody who doesn't know, she is the foremost Star Wars expert on Earth. So,
Are you now?
Wait,
yeah.
are
Can't
you
you tell
saying
from the eyeshadow?
got pussy or just with someone that tried to get with
Got
me.
pussy successfully. What do you
Because-
think?
Got pussy.
Yeah.
Lando probably got more, but pursued
Tried
it
more.
more.
Per
was
dollar,
definitely Lando.
though?
Han
Because
Solo
Lando
got
got married and
Han Solo
was
got that
like
quality pussy.
madly in love with it. He wasn't fucking bitches on the
Princess
side.
pussy.
Hold on. Who? What? Say it again.
Well, Lando asks Luke to go with him on a trip to meet rich women because he wants to marry a rich woman so he can start a corporation. Like, it has nothing to do with love, and Luke thinks it's the funniest fucking thing ever. And he ends up finding this rich woman that also just wants to enter into a business contract, and he falls in love with her. And
Who, Lando does?
Yeah, and so he's not fucking side bitches. Han isn't either, but even when Han got flirted with all the time, he didn't really take the bait much.
Because he was waiting for that princess pussy.
Well, yeah, except fucking comic world.
He had
has
a
something
big
to say
hairy
about
Wookiee
that.
at home.
You know, right? They gave Han a wife? Are you fucking serious, Disney?
Yeah, they gave Han a wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they gave. Oh yeah, Han has. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. The speculation is that it's Lando's sister.
That's the only thing that would maybe save it.
Yeah.
Suddenly the lightsaber has keons that it never had before.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Who was the big worm guy?
Jabba.
Did Jabba get more pussy than Lando?
Probably.
Yeah, but it was by
Jabba got a lot of fucking. He has
probably
chains
the
on
most-
chains.
Probably
Yeah.
the most out of all of them.
Was Jabba.
Jabba had that.
Yeah, but it was
Are you saying that
None
other
of
fat
it-
guys can get laid?
None of it was
Not only
true.
can he
There you go.
Yeah, but not
none
only
of that was
not
truly
only did he
consensual.
get laid,
It's hard
he
to-
changed princess pussy.
It's hard to
his
say. It's
hair.
hard to say no when you got a leash on.
Yeah, right. Well.
We're live.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Awesome
Shit,
Talk.
This is
season.
totally unexpected.
Yeah, Awesome Talk, season 7, episode
Yeah,
3.
we were having awesome talk.
Yeah,
here.
we were talking about awesome shit.
We were awesomely talking about awesome stuff. It was
We
awesome.
have got a few sponsors to shout out.
Hello.
Oh, hey, what's up? From behind the evil curtain, Sarah reappears.
She's
At
here
least the
too.
flying monkeys.
I wouldn't mind if there were little ones that all came out of there, you know?
That would be sweet.
And they just sort of, yeah, they just sort of twiddle around.
Yeah, you know.
like,
No, you land on your shoulders. You need
and
to
hang
make
out.
a cuckoo clock. You put us like this that has a rail that the flying monkeys just go every once in an hour go around the fucking room.
don't think I won't hook that up.
They're not trying to kidnap your chick friend or her dog. you
Right,
know?
exactly. They're just chilling.
Yeah,
They don't give a
being
fuck.
Cool, yeah.
So we got some sponsors to shout out. First off, I want to say thank you to Nevermore-Designs.com for creating these handsome, awesome talk mugs.
Yes.
If you go to Nevermore-Designs.com, they will make you a mug, and they will also put your chat name or whatever the hell name you want.
They'll
right
put
on
your
it.
big ugly fucking face on that mug if you want it. They'll do it. They got the technology.
They have the means.
They can do it.
And they'll make a deal with you. And I think you should get one because I always say you could really knock a bitch out with one of these, man. You know what I'm saying?
By bitch, you
they're
mean theater, right?
yeah, and especially the edges are mad hard.
Did your dad use this to him? When he was...
I was telling you,
Clubbing.
dog.
The edges are mad
I
hard.
said one thing and you guys ran with it like fucking Ivy in the springtime.
But it was you know what it was? It was a cool thing to say. So we're all
What
like
did I miss?
we're like eager for more, like just hungry for it.
That's the best compliment I've got about my tangents.
The
I
next
try to
thing,
be diplomatic, unless I'm dealing with a fucking douchebag, and then it's just I gotta go.
and then you just gotta leave the show.
Yeah, here's a surprise. I'm back for the second break.
Yeah.
Well, you're still here, so we're getting along.
Listen, it's time to also shout out Cold Cock Whiskey, another sponsor of Awesome Talk.
Yes.
Get cold cocked with
Hello.
Awesome Talk. Oh, hey, what's up? From
Oh,
behind evil curtain number 2. Welcome back again.
I like how you just matches the curtain. You actually your outfit matches the curtain.
It actually
Red and
matches the
black.
curtain perfectly.
It does.
I
Yeah.
always try
you look
to
like-
match the environment.
You look
that
like the
I'm in.
local Walter Reed
Chameleon.
Theater.
It's like Cinderella, like she made her clothes from the curtain.
Right.
She
And
woke
she
up in
keeps
the morning
leaving.
and her,
Or more
in
like
her
Carol
burlap
Burnett.
sack.
And
A
instead
bunch
of
of
made
little
her
mice and birds.
no,
like,
Yeah, all the mice
little
and the
flying
birds,
monkeys.
yeah.
The little flying monkeys are putting the scarf on and with the scar. Yeah.
Here it was probably more like
Scarring
cats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
that were helping her.
Yeah.
That the mosquitoes were sewing, because of the nose.
And
the cats were
they're small
clawing the shit out
stature.
of everything.
Yeah. So anyway, get cold cocked with awesome talk. Gigs, do we have our cold cock graphic?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cold cock theme music.
Everybody, cold cock theme
I
music.
still say we have to get a picture of
Hello,
like an
Epic
ice
Film
penis.
guys.
Dude, Epic Film
or
Guys.
some porn music.
Yeah.
Epic
Get
Film
cold
Guys
cocked.
is in the chat. Keep up the
Also,
good work.
you
Raise
have
that
to
money.
clarify that he's going to be eating the
Well, like a
chicken with
refrigerated
the
Oh,
food,
I'm
though.
sorry. I'm sorry. Just to clarify from earlier, the Passersby podcast, he's not drinking the hot sauce. He's eating wings.
Yeah, no,
dipped
that's all
in
different.
hot
That's all
sauce.
different
See,
story.
that's,
much more
yeah, okay, that's cool.
It's
10
gonna
wings,
be real
10
good.
epic fucking, that's
Yeah.
bad. It's badass.
Yeah,
but it's not like drinking straight.
Right, which is
like-
just insane.
Well,
And insane is
going to
always
the hospital is no big
badass.
deal.
So I mean,
Yeah.
but you know,
Go ahead.
There's
But at
badass.
least
I-
with the wings, you
I
got,
saw
like,
a wing
protein
contest.
delivery.
Okay. Hold on,
Dude,
hold on.
soak it up.
I saw a wing contest on Coney Island one time where a guy threw up into his own bucket of wings.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Continue, please.
Didn't stop eating them.
Oh, I didn't say we're gonna fucking.
I thought it went back to the puke. But,
Yeah.
So he was eating the puke.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
eating the
yeah.
puke wings. Because
Oh!
It's
he
a
still
puke
wanted to
bucket
continue.
challenge.
He
Puked on his
puked
thing.
into his wings.
Into
Yes.
his wings.
Oh, into the
Okay, so it wasn't bad.
It was an
as I
active
it
thought.
wing
was.
bucket.
It
It was
was.
an active wing bucket.
And so he
Yeah.
kept going though. He soldiered on.
And what was the prize?
A
King
t-shirt.
of the fucking
Pride, I guess, yeah.
Probably a bunch of titties were around.
And Nathan's hot dog.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
certificate.
definitely.
That's bad enough to
Yeah,
soak
it's
in the
Coney
water
Island.
and the fire.
Like, here you go,
Dirty
you
water
sick, sad
dogs?
little.
Hey,
Oh,
so-
no,
Hey, Epic Film guys. Let's see. I'm totally getting one of those Steins as soon as I get a chance, and you should, because
Yes.
they're beautiful.
They are very nice.
What's up, Awesome Talk crew and Tattooed Bananas?
Hey,
What
guys.
up? Big up, brother.
They do hold 2 beers.
Potter and
So-
family for life, sir. So here we are. We're gonna do our cold cock whiskey shot.
Oh yes. I
Everybody,
forgot.
get cold cocked with Awesome Talk. Doesn't rhyme
I like it.
perfectly, but
Hey, it
it's close
works.
enough.
Sure, whatever.
The cup got snagged on my dry lip.
My cock feels
That's what
cold.
she said. That's what I said.
Ooh. Everybody feel good now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what you call
Marginally.
it.
Better.
Woo!
If I keep thinking
It's that
about
great
it.
herbal taste that cold cock delivers. It's a clean whiskey.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It gives you the shivers.
I can
Right down to me
sounded like
timbers.
you were
Right down to me timbers.
right down in me timbers.
Timbers. Me
It
timbers
sounded
haven't
like you were
shivered like
starting
this
a
in quite a
jingle or a
while.
limerick. So
We need to have a cold cock limerick contest.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, now we're
That's
talking.
an excellent idea.
I once knew a whiskey called cold cock.
It writes itself.
Continue.
I drank too much, blocked me own cock.
it has to be after doing several shots of cold cock before the limericks writing can start.
Yeah, that's a bit I can get
Like
behind
the
for the next
true
show.
greats.
We just sit here, we get a bottle of cold cock, we drink the whole thing, and then during the second break, we each write a fucking.
And then we just write a bunch of
That's
fucking
probably where the
limericks.
name comes from. I'll bet they call it cold cock because your dick doesn't work anymore if you drink it.
Easily. I don't know if
I don't
I'm
know,
gonna be
dude.
able to
It's
write
got
anything.
it does have an herbal base to it. I think it's good for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's the green
ginseng.
tea of whiskey.
It is the green tea of whiskey.
It's the green tea of
Let's
whiskey.
do a classic around the bar, just to inform the people watching now who we are. All right, I am your host, Rick.
I'm Tony.
Ryan, that motherfucker.
Zach.
I'm Sarah. This is Beebs.
That is Beebs.
Now, Mr. Geggy
Mr. Gegita, welcome.
Back to you, Rick.
Oh, thank you, Gegita.
Around the
With
bar.
a year's supply of turtle wax.
Dude, that should be a new segment. Around
I
the bar with
gotta put my
Beebs.
radio voice on. Get ready. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go on back to the
Turn
chat.
it off.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, play a sound effect.
I'm glad I don't do that.
No. Why would you invite it?
No,
Why would
I
you
mean,
put
that
it-
was sarcasm.
Yeah, but you put it in his head.
All right, welcome back to the show.
And welcome to Bit Tuesday. That's a spice ad dog.
Can you scroll down?
No. I actually wanted to go back this far in the conversation.
Yeah, we actually have listeners now engaging on the
Engaging,
break
yeah,
in
in their own conversation.
Usually, in the past, they were out purging or fucking getting more
Yeah,
drunk.
you can't use the
Nobody was ever
laughs.
talking to breaks.
You can't use the laughs to break down the barriers of quick to offend. back in the day,
That's what
if
we're
you
talking
could
about
laugh
before,
about it,
yeah.
it broke down the walls and opened up conversations on race, homosexuality, Judaism, and everything. Something cast. I agree. That and too many people feel that. Sure, I could laugh, or I could get more attention by being offended.
Well, that's a really good point there,
That's a
dude.
really good comment.
That's a millennial thinking right
That
there.
is a really good comment.
That's
Yeah.
the selfie generation.
Yeah,
right
no,
there,
man, there's a lot of fucking narcissists.
Look at me. Look at how much of a hero I am. By
Well,
being
you have that
offended.
Hollywood ass on you. You keep reminding us of.
Let me tell you what. This thing looks like in the
Prove
movie.
it!
Yeah.
Oh, too far.
YouTube might cut us.
Wait,
YouTube might
wait
cut
till
us.
he gets his shiny hiney.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you smear it off. Look at that. He's all embarrassed now.
I'm not embarrassed. No, not at all.
No, he's
Look
aroused.
how
I was
offended
laughing.
he did.
Where's the
Like,
shiny honey? Get me the shiny honey.
Oh wait, did you get him a shiny honey?
Is there such a thing as a
I
shiny
said that to you. That's what I
I
said
didn't
to you.
know that was
That's what it was
I didn't know
called.
that
Was
was
a
a
shiny
real
honey.
thing?
Yeah, I responded.
I
I
thought
said,
that
oh
was
my
your
God,
safe
you
word.
would
No,
love
no,
it.
that's
I am
pineapple.
way
I
outside
thought
of
you
my
were just
comfort
calling
zone.
him
I
that.
don't know what's happening.
No. Because he was like, "Oh my God, dude, I would so fucking use that." And you were like, "He would love you for
Yeah, dude.
It's the next level in the squatty potty. It's something goes. Well, it's not really.
I feel like
next
it's a
level.
bidet or something?
No, it goes in the shower. I don't know whether it's water injected or what, but it's got a little hook on it, so you can clean up sensitive spots. It even comes with coloring dye for you. So that's what I was saying. It's literally
Does
called
it
the
come
shiny
with a
honey.
mirror?
So I give myself a blue hue.
I guess so.
Yeah, I can.
Finally, my dreams of purple.
To match your
come real.
mascara.
What are you sending me?
Oh, I haven't sent you anything, but I just Googled it.
And you found it? The shiny
There's
honey?
a whole commercial for it.
So it's a shower bidet?
It's a shower. I don't know whether it's just a sponge or a
Comes in
bidet.
citrus,
Okay.
ginger, passion
Oh, and it
fruit.
smells. They got.
I would take the passion fruit
And
one.
ghost pepper.
And ghost pepper ass
There's
scent.
also a whitening cream.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, some sort of dye. But you get,
What if I want a darkening cream?
That's racist. You can't say that. Say that.
Well, no, that's only racist to think that was racist.
Yeah. Well, it's only racist for you to point it out.
And, no, you pointed it out.
Well, you
Is that
pointed it out
like-
second.
Is that like blackface having a black balloon knot?
Oh, that is gross.
Is that like so? It's
I don't
like,
even get
will they
that
know
joke.
that? Will they know that you're faking?
I don't know what you're saying.
Well,
I
they know
have no
you're
idea
faking,
what
it's
you're saying.
Yeah.
It's new blackface.
Hold on a minute.
The new blackface,
Hold on.
right? We find out a white boy's trying to have a black
apparently
asshole.
there's a
Well, you know, starfish can be black
There's a
too.
group. Wait. There's a Groupon for what?
So it's the anti-bleaching of your butthole.
Yeah, you can.
Hold
Of
on.
course, it's limited.
There's a Groupon for what? The shiny honey?
Yes.
Really?
All right, guys, we're all gonna chip in.
Okay.
You're the only one with anal issues, dude.
I don't have issues.
I will.
Oh, you
I
got
just
issues. You got
what?
you got anal and ball issues. You got anything that's
How much is the
between the
group?
legs.
It's not an issue. It's pride.
It's like saying, I don't
You
have a
should
drinking
be
problem. I
proud
have a
too,
drink. I got no problem.
He's ball proud.
I'm all proud. Hashtag the fuck out of that.
Let me tell you, the FAA doesn't allow him to remove his shorts in airports. His balls are so fucking shiny and gently scrubbed. You got the ball cream right on the counter.
They shut down radio waves. They're so shiny.
He's got a special loofah for his balls and then
Exactly.
one for the rest of
It's called the
it.
Bulfa. What's up?
Man, is that the
Rufa.
Golden
It's
Palace?
designed to clean and lighten backside.
Backside.
Leave skin moisturized and lightly scented.
Nice.
How much is it?
Sounds like a fucking.
Yeah, how much?
Comes with a finger brush.
Thank God.
That's what I'm trying to.
The group one, asked me for what? I think they were like, I think it was $19.99 for that
A
with
finger brush.
Well,
Not made for insertion.
Okay, all right.
Now, anything on your finger is open for insertion.
Anything.
All right, wait, does
Not
it look
intended
like a
for
finger?
Does it look like
Not
a finger?
responsible for loss.
Longer available.
Because if it
not
really
responsible
looked
for
What?
like
They're
a,
sold out? It's sold out.
It's sold out already. It's a new squatty
I'm
potty.
surprised by that.
Oh my God, we've got
if it
12,000
really
deliveries to
looked like
Chelsea,
a
New
finger,
York.
like for real.
Does it look like a finger? What is the
gonna be a
finger
shit.
stuff?
That was it. That was it.
Hold on.
That was
In order
racist.
to
Yeah,
be
that was
proportional
bad.
to the asshole, it would have to look like a tiny baby finger.
No,
Right.
no.
Well, you got a lot
what
in
it
ass.
looks like. What it looks like
You're
is
not doing inappropriate things with your kids.
what it looks like.
Tiny baby fist.
No. It looks like one of those things that people who count money put on their finger.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So
the little money clip
it's
thing,
just
yeah.
a French tickler for your finger.
It's like a, it's
Just
like
Straight up felcher.
repackaging
it's
shit
like a, what's it
now.
called?
Stick with-
It's like a what's it called? When you're sewing.
Keep doing that.
When you tell the hooker you ain't got 25 bucks, you only got 10.
When you're,
Erect-
when you're
I-
fingering
I
your
believe
sewing
you're-
kit?
I believe you're
What is
making
this?
the motion of a rectal thimble, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly.
The old RT.
That didn't have the
level
same
there.
ring to it
RT.
as the shiny hiney.
Yeah.
The shiny honey.
Shiny
yeah.
honey. That's
Oh, it's
the.
all in the
That's
marketing.
Mark's
So yeah, so it's a
Dave,
rectal.
Dave, what
You
do
know
you
why
got?
everybody
Yeah.
poops.
Rectal
I
thimble?
feel like it's
Yeah.
the, it's
Fuck
the
you,
millennial
Dave.
version, you know? Yeah.
Steve, what do you got? Shiny Heine?
Shiny Heine.
Steve, you're promoted.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
exactly right.
Yeah, right?
man.
Steve got $50,000 just for saying that.
Yeah. Just for showing it
And
off.
he gets a cut of the.
You
Dave
go
got
commando.
fired.
You go commando at all times in the hopes that your hiney will shiny right through your drawers.
Shiny.
Shiny Heine, you'll never be left behind.
Hey.
You'll never be left behind.
This is why he's not in advertising.
That's pretty good, man.
Here we
Looks
go.
like I got some laughter now.
It's ranging between say $20 and $75.
Where's he going for $75?
20? Wait, from 20
eBay
to
Thailand?
75?
I'll just
What
finger
the
There
fuck?
better be a
Myself for
lot of. There better be a
$75.
multitude
Is
of
the
different shiny
shipping on
hineys.
that like
Yeah,
Oh, the $20 ones are
$67?
used
Yeah, right.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, it's certified pre-owned.
Oh,
There's a
certified.
farmer's market for
You know
that.
what?
Like used panties.
I won't own a used
Repurposed
one.
anal
I
swab.
won't own a used one, but a repurposed or pre-owned, that alone.
It's a 10-point check.
A refurbished one, I'll get that.
Right.
Let's see.
It got broked.
That we were. Wait, what the hell's happening?
This is our reconstructed Shiny Honey.
Where's my? Where's
For
my?
your pleasure.
Collapsed on weight.
Oh, here we go. Let's see.
Get that out of your head. Go ahead, try it.
That we're
can't,
forgetting
I
to
can't.
talk.
It's over.
If we don't
It's
talk,
wet.
You just fucking broke me.
if we don't talk, we don't reach equilibrium and mutual playing field. Struggles print. Where's everyone else? They got fired. Fuck them. Hey, sup, Matt?
Hey.
Hey, sup in the chat.
Somebody wrote Fabrics for.
EFG. Hey, how much you raised so far? Awesome. We've got lots of surprises planned. Bravery is confused with stupidity.
Yes, that's true.
Well, that's fucking true. I have acquired a taste for hotter stuff in my 30s, but not near some of those sauces I'm sure are on there. They're talking about the Hot Wings challenge or passersby. Yeah, I'm not big on hot sauce, and I really feel like it gives me the red ass.
I'd bring
not
that
a
up.
Well,
That's a
now
great-
you can
No.
whiten it.
Well, at least I
that's
can
true.
do that, but it's still gonna burn like hell.
That's a good one though. I love that. Like
What?
I actually had that conversation a lot with Gage. The bravery is confused with stupidity.
Sure.
I've said that like we went to the boardwalk with my niece and him, and she wanted to go on like all these fucking rides that most of the grown-ups didn't want to go on and everything, and I was the only one who would go on them with her. And Gage would try to go on, but he's like, yeah, I don't like it and this and that. And I teased him a little bit, but like the next day he was just like, I said something, I was just like, oh, don't worry, don't be a chicken, everything's gonna be fine. I can't remember what we were talking about, but he was just like, well, it's okay, Dad, I'm always a chicken. And I'm just like, whoa, why do you say that? And he's just like, well, I didn't want to go on the swing ride, and I didn't want to go on that. And I was
No,
just
he
like,
did an ocular pat down and realized it was a fucking perilous situation.
yeah, exactly. That's what I told
The
him.
kid just lost his head as
That's-
one of
yeah,
the water slide.
that's what I told him, dude. I was just like, dude, that is not stupidity, man. Like, or I mean, that's not being a coward. You're being smart. You're being intelligent, you know. And that's what I explained to him. I was like, bravery is being intelligent and knowing the
That's
risks,
the wanded
and
side.
then
That's the
doing
squirt.
something
That's the
dangerous.
applicator,
That's
the
bravery, you know. Like,
applicator.
Hold on a minute.
any
That,
asshole
it's
can
a
fucking risk
repurposed
their
earbud.
own life and everybody
Like,
else.
I was gonna say that looks like an earbud to me,
An
but
earbud on a wall?
that's what. That's to clean your butthole out.
Yeah, that's the show.
Or is the earbud just a repurposed butt plug?
Probably.
That's a small butt. That's more like a butt.
It depends
bud.
upon when you listen to music from the vagina womb, I
We're
guess.
going too far down the rabbit hole.
Butt
Yeah,
plug.
man.
Oh no, this rabbit hole has no bottom.
I
It's like the bottom of a horse.
It does.
serving.
It has a bottom, and it's super shiny.
think we're firmly
It's like a horse serving store in Fleet Week. There's no bottom.
It's the midget that gets into the shower with you and polishes your ass for you.
It's a midget that gets your.
That's what's written in the chat
Epic
room.
film guys.
Epic film guys. I love those dudes. There once was a whiskey on rocks.
Oh no,
was
that passerby. That's great.
Can you do it in the accent, dude?
I don't know how to do accents.
Ryan, can you do a Scottish accent?
There once was a whiskey on rocks. That was the coolest of cooks. I drank it all down, and I woke with a frown, and my foreskin was stuck to my sock.
That's a soundbite.
Quality.
That was great.
that's what I'm talking about.
Hold on,
passerby.
one more request. Can you still do Cartman's voice?
No,
Can you do that in Cartman's? No, do that in Cartman's voice.
nah, yeah, I can't. Like,
You can't do it anymore.
It's tough. It's a
gone?
tough one. Yeah.
He smoked it
It
all
always
out,
sounds
yeah.
like meat wad or something when I do it. I want to have that bird at my birthday party.
Okay,
Alright,
now Meatwad's voice read that.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. Okay. So the
Well, we have the film guys.
Hold on.
and that was the coldest of the cocks. And so I drank it all down, and I work with the frown. As my foreskin was stuck to my sock.
Okay.
That's a boy.
There's a new one. I once had a shot of some cold cock. The whiskey gave my liver a big shot. Okay. Okay. Now we can go back to Scottish.
All right. What do you want?
The Epic Film guys, the one at the bottom.
They want what?
The Scottish one right here.
I once had a shot of some cold cock. The whiskey gave my liver a big shock. Now here I'm sobbing, my boner is throbbing, and tonight's gonna fucking rock.
That is fucking brilliant.
I think that was a little English though in there.
That's alright.
That was alright.
It was
No,
like
isn't that the same thing?
Well, yeah, but it was like a Southern English mixed with Scottish accent. Like it wasn't like pure Scot. I'm sorry, I have failed.
I'm the one who
like
sucks.
Haggis for you.
No haggis for me.
Tony, when we went to the break, you were talking. You were saying something about Gene Wilder that was important. That we said we were going to go back.
No, they went back. Well, we went back to it. Well, up there.
What were you going to say? You were bringing
I was
up some
basically saying
movies.
whatever he said about the fact that that what we need today. I just had this conversation the other day with somebody.
Okay.
But we need shit like like Norman Lear, like doing shit like All in the Family. Okay.
Yeah.
And the Jeffersons and Maude. Okay. Don't forget Maude.
Yeah,
Your girl B. That was back when fucking feminism was still getting its foothold.
Yeah.
So the point is having those uncomfortable conversations. Because you know what? Because here's what happens when when those comfortable conversations aren't acceptable. Then all you got is the fun conversations to the extreme and behind closed doors, and that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And more than once I had to throw somebody out of my fucking almost down my stairs for talking shit about niggers and shit like that. Go to fuck yourself.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, man.
Next door my neighbors will fucking say that, or my buddy's coming over in 10 minutes. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I had one guy tell me balls. I left the room and came back, and I hear him telling somebody, "Oh, yeah, he's just got a problem with this shit." I fucking flipped out. I got a fucking problem, you motherfucker. This guy's telling you, what's the worst thing you can call a black guy that begins with an N, starts with an R? I mean, starts with an N, ends with an R. I'm like, motherfucker, he's no neighbor. I'm like, fucking just.
Yeah.
It's
And
worse.
they start talking this back with courthouse. Exactly. Go fuck yourself,
Yeah,
goddamn
right.
dickhead.
Dude, that's like when you work on a job, when you're in construction, dude. You run into these fucking older white guys.
Oh,
who,
dude.
like the second a black guy walks
I
in a
was
job,
like-
they like partner up with you, like, just check these guys out. It's like, dude, I'm not on your side, man.
I shit
Like-
you not. I was on a crew at one point where it honestly felt like they were fucking recruiting for the Klan or some shit.
Yeah,
I'm not even
I've
fucking
been
lying.
there, sure.
Like, dude, like this guy would like every fucking chance he got, every fucking window he got, every time he saw somebody or anything. Like I'd be
took the
driving down
opportunity.
the road, but he's always a pussy about it though. It's always hushed whispers.
Yeah,
It's
right,
always
right.
like, yo, if you're gonna be a fucking bigot, stand up and do it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like fucking put your name on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like put your fucking name on it and let your fucking flag fly at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you're a fucking coward.
Yeah,
You
right.
hide in the fucking shadows, whispering shit in people's fucking ear. Like I used to go to lunch with this dude, and we were working in a fucking black neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like in Manitou Park, down south, and it was like a Section 8 neighborhood, and we were building houses and shit like that. And every time he saw a white person in that neighborhood, he would like, with his windows rolled up, and me in the car, he would sit there and be like, race traitor! Race traitor!
What a
Race
fucking
traitor!
asshole, dude.
Race traitor! Like every fucking thing,
Can I-
like he's like, and my sister's really hardcore.
Oh, whoa, I'm sorry, dude. Is Passersby leaving? And all right, bedtime, guys, gotta go, dude. I know you gotta work in the morning, dude. Archie Bunker was not only was Archie Bunker the man, but on the same wavelength of what we're talking about. I recently saw for the first time, and you guys have probably all seen it, but I recently saw for the first time. It was All in the Family when the crossover they did with the Jeffersons.
Yes, yeah.
And they were
Jeffersons came from
Right. And,
Yeah.
but there's this amazing scene between George Jefferson and Archie Bunker, and the reason why I realized how great it was because of when it came out. And like I realized that at that time, those two guys sitting there having that conversation.
You had to have that conversation.
Like-
the shit was blowing up like this, blowing up now.
Yeah, they
Everybody's
had
ignoring
to.
it.
Right.
The
Nobody
conversation being
like-
held back then. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, please. Go.
Back then, you had fucking 4 channels. You know what I'm saying? So that was a conversation everyone was engaged in.
Right.
It was like when fucking William F. Buckley debated fucking Gordon Vidal. That was back when journalism existed. Okay, it wasn't about the fucking about the money. The part of the problem is now. Not part of the problem, but those conversations are occurring now. Like for example here, but who the fuck's listening? You know what I'm saying? Because it's spread out so thin. I'm just saying though, at the time, we were forced to have those conversations. It'd be great to be forced to have those conversations now.
By visionaries, by people,
and they're trying
by visionary people who wanted the narrative exposed.
And that aren't afraid.
They brought it up.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
You're a little bit older than everybody at the table here.
Sure.
When you look at your own generation and you see them behaving in a way that's racist or homophobic, considering everything that you've seen, which even 10 years is a massive amount of experience right now in today's world. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like people should be smarter? Like what?
I maintain my personal space, okay? But I have no problem, like I said, I have no problem kicking somebody in my apartment. I had no problem fucking heckling some dude on the stage who's telling just lame-ass jokes. And then when Jacker came back and gave me that heckling stage, I'm like, these are jokes he's telling. I don't give a fuck if that guy's telling jokes in my car. You gotta fucking stand your own ground. All right, I had a girl who really liked fucking me. And I really liked fucking her, okay? And I'm very fantasy oriented and bad. And I try to find what you like. So that means you throw a lot of buckshot around. And like, and so you find out what sticks. Believe me, it keeps the relationship alive.
I just see like Princess Leia outfits and shotgun.
No. I need no props, man. I need no props except for my voice in her ear. Right? And sometimes you have things with girls and girls like, you try and feel it out, man. Some girls like daddy, some girls like fucking racial shit. Some girls like fucking whatever the fuck they like. There's something for everything out there. And I will
Please
pander.
don't stop talking about this. This is so good.
I will cater to all of us. So this girl.
He has catered to us.
And I will continue to cater. Catering to this since I was jamming crayons of a girl's vagina at 6 years old. Recently, that girl put a post up on Facebook. She goes, write a paragraph about how we first met. I told you that story, right?
I don't know. What story?
About being 6 years old. My mother's going to her girlfriend. Well, now I can know what your name's.
Now you have to say it.
Well, you gotta talk about it. What do you mean when you were too far down the road?
Fucking tease me with that.
When I was 6 years old.
I'll tell you all about it.
No, go ahead.
I can't associate names with this shit, dude.
We'll make up names.
Right?
Just say,
Freddie Felcher.
No, I already went too. I already went too far.
Yeah, it's got to be Golden Girls names.
Yeah, no, I already went too far with that. Let me go back to the girl I was talking about.
All right.
So some girls bring things up like, no, I'm not in that, or like, why you call me daddy? I'm like, I don't know. Some girl for years, why you have me call you daddy? I don't know. A few years ago, a girl would call me daddy. She really liked this. And now I figure it's in my bag. I whip it out once in a while. If you like it, we use it. If not. So this one girl, I brought up something about a fucking black dude. She's like, oh no, I ain't fucking no black guy. And like, we're in the middle of fucking. This girl's like porno fucking squirting all over the fucking place, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, what? Why aren't you gonna fucking no black guy? What the fuck are you talking about? What's your problem? She goes, black guy smell. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? She's like, no, I'm just saying.
I could see Tony kicking her out in the Sears parking
lot.
Shutting the door.
No, dude, this is 4 o'clock in the morning.
Sears.
Get the fuck out of my sedan, bitch.
No, I'm like, get your fucking clothes on. You get out of here till you come back. You're loving black cock. Okay? She called me 2 weeks ago. I swear to God, this is fucking true. 2 weeks later, she comes back. She gets in bed. First thing she gets naked. She's like, "Where's Leroy?" So I'm changing the world one motherfucking bigot at a time. Okay. So I don't care what goes on with other people. Okay. And don't get me wrong. She could have said, it's not into that. There's plenty of things to out there. But the way she said it was really offensive to me as a person, as a human being.
Fucking being.
Right. So you fuck with her, dude.
What?
You gotta fuck with her.
Well, I didn't even fuck with her. I just told her the truth.
He was.
Get the fuck out. I actually stopped fucking. I put my cock on. I put my cock where my mouth was. I knew there was something in there. Yeah, for a fat guy. But as far as my generation, dude, I spend more time hanging with people. Look, I just started going back to open mics. I spend more time with fucking 20 to 25-year-olds, 20 to 30-year-olds than I do with any. Because that's where people are becoming themselves, and that's where, to me, that's the most interesting. That's the most interesting thing because people can go either way, and that's where you build relationships. And it's not about me trying to fucking do anything other than live my own life, but you build bonds there that come back to you forever.
Tony, let me tell you something, dude. You have no idea how much respect I have for you as a person and the way that you just are in the world.
I appreciate that.
I gotta tell you something, man. Like being our age. Even doing things like making friends becomes harder, and it becomes weirder, and it's because people become more like introspective and they regress.
People are afraid because people are afraid to be honest. Because this goes back to what we were saying before. It goes back to the key of building of being. Look, man, I had a lot of shit going on in my life, and I had to watch out for my fucking self, and I had to call it like I saw it. And a majority of people tell me, man, I used to think you were such an asshole, but I realized you're just honest. Because I never try to be offensive, but you're going to offend me, fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest in all situations. And that's what I'm trying to do with my kids, as I was saying before, we spend time with them and showing them this is the real world. There's people put up with shit, but you got to find yourself. You got to, and putting it on them. To me, that's the key to anybody being a normal, healthy
Let
person.
go.
I still take a lot of shit
Let
for being
go, yeah.
I take a lot of shit for oh, you didn't have to give that guy shit. No, I had to give that guy shit because if I didn't, he'd be giving somebody else shit down the line.
Yeah.
Rick Barry once said to somebody, I got into some shit on the internet, and somebody went to Rick trying to complain about me, and Rick said, "Oh, you're fighting with Tony, huh?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I guarantee it's not about Tony. You did something to fuck with one of his friends."
Right.
And that ended the conversation right
Wow.
there. And that was most, and Rick, Rick knows me somewhat. He spent enough time with me. But to me, that was like the highest compliment anyone's ever paid me.
No, but
I tell that story at least once a month.
You're right, man.
At least once.
A couple of weeks ago, we were at Wegmans, and some asshole was pushing her cart into the handicap spot, and we're parked there. And Sarah always tells me, if you don't call people out on their bullshit, they're just gonna keep doing it.
Of course,
right? So
you don't have to be a dickhead about it until it escalates.
She made eye contact with Sarah, and I just went, "Okay, goodbye, lady." And Sarah got out of the car, and she goes, "Hey!" She goes, "People need to park there. It's fucked up to leave your cart there like that." And the
Sounds
lady
like a
went,
limerick.
and the lady went like this. She goes,
It was the start of one.
"Yeah, it's the start of a limerick, right?" And the lady goes, she goes,
"She didn't know this dog had bark."
"I'm sorry. I'll move it then." And she took it and fucking moved it. And
That's-
Sarah went, "Let me tell you something. That's probably the last time she will ever fucking do that,
Of
because
course.
no one has ever said shit to her."
Of course, and you know what?
Stick
And
with her.
because sometimes common consideration, like we're so worried about fucking, we got so much shit on our plates right now. That's why I had somebody used to tell me, "Oh, you deserve way much more money than what you do for a living." I'm like, no, I get to live my fucking life. And I'm not rocking that fucking boat, dude.
I would pay you more money. I think you're brilliant.
Well, I'm just saying. My life is in a perfect balance. I get to live my life, but so many people are under the pressure of fucking serving the dollar, okay, and the fears that come along with it because they heard stories about their grandparents and the depression, and there's people who have a real fear, and that's all consuming. And this ties into this because it's now you've got your plates loaded up with things, because now it's not just that your kids got to get into a good school. You got all these things that are just fucking thrust upon your fucking mentality from a young age. It's instilled in us like Disney movies. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm not burdened with that.
No, well, no, of course you're not burdened with kids either.
I love spending money.
Yeah.
I love, because that's what I did. I worked so that I could
I
take that money and do something with it. I don't want to hold on to any of it. Fuck it. I
most
don't
people
care. Spend it.
The number one regret people have when they overwhelming regret people have when they die.
That's why
is
I
that
work.
they spend more time working than they did fucking living.
Yeah, fuck that.
And
No, I'll take
so
a day
that
off.
woman probably never. My point is that woman probably never stopped to consider. She just needed to rush off because she needed to pick Bobby up
Can I
from
just tell
soccer.
you something, man? I honestly feel like the point of living is to be passionate. You know what I mean? So, like, if you come up with an idea, like, especially a creative idea, running with that fucking passion is so fucking important, because there's
just
nothing worse
that.
than
Well, that's
dying
that.
saying,
I mean,
Not just
I
the
didn't do what I
passion. It's
wanted
good
to
to
do.
have passion, but I think you should be
passion's
content. You know,
passion's
Like, you
the
should-
soul, right?
you should
Sleeping,
be-
eating, fucking. That's what life's about.
Well,
That's
you
what
see,
I will
yeah.
live in a cave and worship a woman for fucking the rest of my
Everybody-
life to sleep, eat, and fuck
Let
happy.
me tell you something,
Everybody has to do certain things
Yeah,
every day. Like,
and
they
not all
have to
people are
scratch their
inclined-
itches. Some people it's eating, some people it's
just saying-
sleeping,
I'm
some
Some
just
people
people
it's
it's
whatever.
taking over the planet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
those
that
are the
creatively
baddies,
speaking,
you know?
creatively speaking, I want creativity to just pour out at all times, dude. That's what I really
Yeah.
want, and I know that I have to sustain. I know that those things are fucking important, but I would love to fill in those gaps with all of that. And lately, I've been sort of like feeling like that again, dude. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm building.
Well,
like,
that's
I don't
a
know if you
moment
feel
You got the
thing.
stop motion thing going.
the stop
right?
mark, dude. I sat here with her, and I was like, I have a fucking idea, and like I'm just starting the idea, and I'm gonna complete the idea. Like that's the whole thing. Even if it sucks, I don't care. Like I just want to complete it. You know what I mean? Like
But how do you measure if it sucks or not?
Well,
I don't know,
Right?
but I'm not thinking about it. I don't
No,
care.
here's the thing: you got to challenge yourself to be great. When I was a kid, I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to be: an astronaut, a fucking baseball player, whatever. And if you heard this a million times, just stop me, okay? But
I wanted to be a baseball
I just wanted to be happy.
wanted to be a baseball astronaut.
After weighing it all out, I realized
Nice.
that all I wanted to do was be happy, right? And being happy, and I've retained that. And anything, I just want to make sure that anything I was doing, I was content with it, and I could stand up and go to sleep at night fine. Now, that doesn't mean in the meantime, because the unhappiness is pervasive. So when you do find moments of happiness, you need to live in the moment. When you find moments of happiness, it gets more weight. It's like finding a fucking $100 bill on the beach.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like the sand is gonna fucking be there. You come across a $100 bill, whatever. That has a lot more value. It adds a lot more value to it. Okay, so. And I'm tying this to being creative. When you're creative, it should be the same way. Your goal to be creative. I had friends who say their goal creatively is like win an Emmy. I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do the next day after you win an Emmy? You gotta put your pants on. It's the quickest way to a shotgun fucking Hemingway fucking tribute.
Right.
All right, that there is. If you challenge yourself to be great, and no matter what you do, That's a constant challenge, and you're gonna fail. And if you're not failing 90% of the time, you're not pushing yourself fucking hard.
I agree completely.
And so, what constitutes success or not? This is always our fucking argument with art. As art is form and function, right?
He and I argue all the time about it, but it's a good argument.
It's crafted perception. It's about the disconnect between the viewer and the presentation.
I live to argue.
You know,
I love arguing with people.
So you know, if you're happy doing it and it pushes you, and if you're always happy with what you do, then you better check yourself, because chances are you're shit. I read the guy say, I write 8 songs this week, and I'm like, you were half a good course, then, motherfucker. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
I know exactly
every once in a while, you can wake up and write a great song in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and
if you're lucky, you get 10 seconds of gold.
There are savants in everything. So I'm just talking in general, but
I get that.
And again, this is just my take.
This doesn't happen regularly.
This is my express opinion. It does not. You know, I'm not foisting this on anybody else. But what you're saying, you can be passionate. Like my stepfather just died. My stepfather did fucking everything, dude. I could play guitars. He fucking anything he wanted to do. Till the time he was fucking died, he was making art. It was fucking amazing. Paper mache, always mixing up clams. Well, he could have this and make fucking etch something in your fucking table. Built a house, built a stable, and the one thing he installed. I went to the funeral, and you know, a lot of people were surprised because he was my stepfather when I was younger. And, you know, I see the family once in a while. You know, we was close. I was 13, 14 when it was going on. And, but everybody, you know, I got up and, you know, along with everybody else. And because this guy had an impact. And the common theme was that he told me that I could do this or that. You know? And I realized, no, he just told you can do anything you fucking want. And you know what? There was more joy in sitting down at the dinner table and playing guitar for a couple chords than it was playing in fucking any stage I fucking, you know, been on and shit like that, you know? And don't get me wrong, that's nice in the moment, but that's the shit that fucking matters in life. And when you learn to fucking balance, it's like adding pH to your pool, you know what I'm saying? It's about it's balancing the acid. It's about balancing the fucking edge with the reality of the situation. Because if you're all edge, you're gonna burn yourself out sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? Which there's nothing wrong with that if that's your fucking path. You know? But you're saying like creatively, you gotta have something like that. You gotta have some reason why you wake up. For some people it's being creative. For some people, who knows? It maybe is fucking, you know, watching TV, whatever it might be.
Think about like I'll bet there are a lot of bankers and businessmen and shrewd motherfuckers who are making very questionable decisions out there, but that's their fucking muse. Like, I have to make this sale. I gotta make this fucking deal. I gotta fucking do
for
this.
You it is.
No, but that's what makes them feel alive.
Well,
like
to
those men, that's what makes them
sorry.
feel alive.
I don't mean to cut you guys off, but we gotta cut to our next break, man.
Yeah.
First off, dude, I love you to death.
I know
man.
that.
This is why we do this show. This is why we do this show, man. Yeah. Dude, I'm so happy you're here. When we come back, this is a shorter break.
It's 11 o'clock already.
Yeah, it's a shorter break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about tattooed bananas.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. We're gonna close the show up.
I don't know if I'm gonna stick around for next break. I gotta go pick up tickets from Scott, and so I don't want. All right. I don't know if offense my.
Well, no, that's okay, but we gotta take a picture before you go.
Okay. Well, then
one
we'll
way
take
or
a
the
picture on
other,
this
that's
break.
gotta happen. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna cut to a break. It's a nice in the face clip, and we talk about our Patreon. So please check that out, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes. We're gonna talk about tattooed bananas when we come back, and then we're gonna wrap the show up. So get your tie if you would, sir. Go ahead, Sarah. What do you have next?
So I was reading interesting facts that Puritans believed about sex.
Okay.
And bestiality would get you hanged. I'd say that's something that we've regressed on quite a bit, because now you barely pay a fine for fucking a goat.
Now people are like, man, is a goat really that good? You know, they just sort of ask questions. They're not really sure even if it's entirely wrong anymore.
I mean, who knows where the next fleshlight's going to come from, you know?
Yeah. You never know what they might come up with next. We're in the age of VR now, where you can fuck literally everything. I mean, there's going to be third-party VR creators who create goats.
Yeah, goat fucking.
Yeah,
right.
You could have a whole
fuck simulator.
You could have a whole goat sex kingdom. It's you and your goats, and you just float in a sack all day.
In a sack of potatoes.
In your sacrificial goat.
In your goats. In your VR goat suit. There are no male goats. The only time there's a male goat is when you want to fight one.
Is there a difference with the name of a male or a female goat? Like, is there like a...
I don't know, Joey,
like
And Bianca.
Marty.
No, isn't a baby goat called a Joey? No, it's a baby kangaroo, isn't it? It's called a Joey. Okay, yeah. I didn't mean like the
There's
names
a
of friends.
goat sitting there with another goat in its goat pouch.
Yeah, it's just goat in goat. It's goat and goat
Tonight
action.
for dinner, we're gonna have some goat and goat.
Here, hold your baby goat in your pouch while I hammer on your goat ass with my
Your
simulated
12-year-old goat ass.
my simulated goat penis. I don't even know what that looks like.
Simpeen.
I just want to look down and be surprised. What is this?
That could be the name of the software. Simpeen Goat Edition.
The goat edition, goat gold, the gold edition.
Go for
now
goat.
that I think about it, I honestly don't know
for
what
the
goat
goat.
dick looks like.
I have no idea what a goat dick looks like.
Well, someone's looking something up later.
Right?
And it's not me.
Right?
It's probably Stones.
I'm surprised he's on his phone already.
It might be.
If you ever get the chance to travel to Stevens University, there is a giant horse there that they have. That's a statue on display that has the most unnecessary anatomy on it. It made me really understand what a horse penis
Just
looks
another
like.
part of the
Horse
body.
penis is enormous.
Horse penis is huge. It's like Hulk Hogan's arm.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
It is
impressive.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I felt inferior.
Yeah. Well,
And apparently
Well,
they fill
because
it.
of the horse brain compared to yours is also
and then he saw
astonishing.
the statue.
They fill it with lemonade during graduation, and it pisses.
Yellow
all during-
piss.
Yellow.
Why didn't
Just like a real
piss.
horse.
Why didn't just fill it with
Oh.
water? I mean, the
Or
horses.
like food coloring with water, right?
Yeah,
like who's
or-
drinking the lemonade at that point?
Yeah, exactly. Or
People
fill
are
it,
drinking it.
fill it with some
drinking it.
dye, so that the people who think it's ballsy to go up there and do that, they get stained in the face, and then they gotta walk around all day like with a scarlet letter on. Like, oh, you drink statue horse piss. These pieces
There's all
They're
kinds
proud
of
of it.
pewter in
Yeah,
there.
they love it. Shameless thief poos on supermarket floor, then steals tissues and hand soap to clean himself up. Now, I didn't really understand exactly how bad this was.
Wait, what did he do?
All right,
Okay
well,
with it.
I'll
I'm
ta-
okay with
I'll-
all of it. I mean, that's
hold
like
on.
stealing bread, you know?
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
exactly like stealing bread.
That's what Jesus said. He said, this is exactly like stealing bread. Basically, this guy's walking through. He's got a backpack on. He's walking through a supermarket, and he's fully on camera. Okay, and he stops, and he's wearing like shorts, like above the knee shorts, and he stops and he squats
the
down.
knee shorts. Is that
Yeah.
a generational thing?
I don't
is-
know. It might be.
Is
Mine are
that
below the
He's
knee.
wearing
Is that
70s
trendy?
track shorts.
Is that trendy now
They
again?
might,
And a
they might as well be my
headband.
grandfather's boxer shorts.
All right.
Okay, so he
All right.
squats down in the aisle and he shakes his pant leg, and the poo lumps start dropping out and like banging off his shoe and like.
Did he have an awkward look on his face? You watched this video or no?
Yeah, he literally did not give a fuck at all.
He didn't give a fuck.
And then he walked over to the next aisle, dropped his drawers,
Oh.
and then he just stole some tissue paper and some soap and just cleaned up his ass. And when he was done, he balled up all the paper and just kicked it underneath the shelving. Yeah,
It's like, here, let the stock boy.
but I'm a
deal
little
with
bit.
this.
I'm a little.
See, this is what happens when you don't get wiped at 12.
That's it, right? Way to go, mom.
Mama.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But there seems to be a lot of this going on lately, and I don't get it. I feel like we all
Wait,
need
there's
to.
a lot of this going on?
There's a lot of people pooing
In every
public
aisle, in
places.
every store
And-
across the land.
It's rampant. Like, be careful. You might slip in something and break your neck.
I'll have to watch out.
Yeah, look out.
The more you know.
Yeah. Sarah, what do we have next?
So, back to the Puritans.
Oh, I like them.
Men who refused to have sex with their wives were actually disciplined. I imagine it has to do with the fact that they want
That they're not
they
having more
want-
children?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But I that's not super common to hear.
Yeah. What's the matter, Jebediah? 18 kids is too many?
Yeah.
Don't be a pussy. And the guy's like, my balls are literally dried up. Like they're like an abandoned fern.
He's like, I gotta stop fucking all these goats.
Yeah.
And these goats are way hotter than my stretched out wife.
I
that had
hate my
18
wife
children.
so much at this point. Her vagina's like
Her ass-
stretched out silly
So
putty.
she
Her
can
ass
like
looks like a
take
record.
shit. Like that's like a real serious offense. Like if the dude refuses to fuck his wife,
Yeah.
she could be like,
Right.
"That's it, it's over. Like
Yeah.
I won half your shit."
And he's like,
she's
"Oh, no."
like one lady in the 1600s. Her husband wouldn't have sex with her for almost 2 years, and she took him to court, and he kept saying that she cheated on him, and that's why.
Right.
And she won and got like a third of his shit and her living expenses paid for.
So now we see where all the rules nowadays come from.
But
From
they
not
also, one
banging.
of their other rules is that marital sex is supposed to be exuberant.
Okay, so
And,
you gotta be
like,
way into it all
joyous.
the time.
Mandatory for
Yeah,
that matter.
like, and how
like,
insane is that? First of all,
okay.
I mean, from everything I know, marriage sex is like the worst kind of sex.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, that's probably
the
true.
You have to like add a
exuberance.
little cocaine into it, and then it's okay.
Every so often.
For the goat, at least.
Yeah, have a goat at least in the room, at least. And now you have to be exuberant. Like even when your wife's like, "Come on again," and you're like, "Oh, yay, all right." And you just got to get a Gatorade. And
Yeah,
just,
it's Friday.
Yeah, shit. I just stay
We had
work
this on the
late.
calendar.
Yeah. Etched in literal stone on the calendar. I don't know. But, you know, we've come a long way in life because my next story is man films himself having sex with a McChicken sandwich.
Oh, this was all over the place.
What's a
And
McChicken sandwich?
I just saw that spreading all over the news and thinking to myself, what a massive, insane, fucking awful thing happening in the world do they not want us to be
Exactly.
talking about?
Like the
because
government
quite
mayonnaise.
honestly, dudes fuck
Could be mayonnaise,
McChicken
could be
sandwiches
pus, could be
literally
semen.
every second of every fucking day, and we just happen to latch on to this guy. Like,
Yeah.
you know how
Yeah.
many more that are
Sure.
they're dudes? The fucking Taco Bell tacos,
Right.
Fucking
People-
French fries,
yeah, right.
somehow
People
onion
fuck
rings. It
fast food
doesn't
all the
stop
time.
at McChicken.
So you know what it is some shit about Hillary Clinton came out and they were like, hey Hill Dog, this video came out of a guy fucking a McChicken sandwich. She's
Oh,
like,
man.
perfect.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
Dude,
Spread it
that's
everywhere.
exactly
I can go kill
fucking
someone
right.
now.
And that's exactly what actually fucking happened.
And
by the way,
now this guy is, you know,
Internet famous.
yeah, by accident. He's like, I wonder how this happened.
Mom, there's something I want to tell
Mom.
you
Mom?
before you find. I don't want you to find out on your own.
Here, Ma, I got you some McDonald's. Now sit down. I want to talk to you.
About to have a
I
messy,
said no sauce
messy
on this.
fecal matter later, and I don't want to have to kick it in the aisle again. So
Messy
therefore,
fecal matter.
you'll have to wipe me.
Well, what I heard is this guy was not only banging a McChicken sandwich, but he was like fucking the
Loving it?
shit out. He was Mick loving it.
Like all aggressive? Was he angry?
Yeah, he was hate fucking that McChicken sandwich.
How do you hold it together?
I
The
don't know.
sandwich?
Like you
or
have
your
to,
sanity.
like you have to gently caress a McChicken to keep it all intact.
Yeah, right. I don't know. You just got to really squeeze the buns
Unless he
shut.
like seriously like went to like he like cut a hole through the middle of the patty, you know,
No,
like
just
no,
held
that's
on
much work.
tight. And
Yeah.
just close it on. I feel like this is pointless unless he actually blows the load. Like
there's a
like
bunch
he
of
has to
different
cream pie.
ways
Wait,
that
did he
it
not
could
blow the
happen.
load?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video. All I could
Well,
find are
you're
people watching the
lost.
video.
There's a video of
There is. Oh yeah, there's a video. This
Oh, you
was
didn't
trending.
even mention that part.
Here's
You
the
didn't
thing.
mention that
Dude,
McChicken.
like 5 billion people watch the dude fuck a McChicken, all
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we can't get anybody to give a shit about
Wait,
a pipeline being guarded by Native Americans, but everyone's
with
watching
dogs
the guy.
with knives on their back
Yeah,
for
right.
whatever fucking reason.
But everybody's
But-
watching one guy
wait.
fuck a McChicken sandwich. We all gathered around.
Was it in the parking lot or like?
Where was he? Was he in the ar? Like I don't because
Like,
I
how did
imagine
they get
him
a
sitting in the
video of
driver's.
it? Like
He didn't
filmed
even
it
take
himself.
his data out of her house.
No, this guy streamed it himself.
he streamed it, like live streamed it, Facebook wise,
He
or like
put it
what-
on the internet.
just on
Everything's on the fucking internet.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
chat roulette.
It turns out that a video of a man having sex with a McChicken sandwich was posted online and has obviously gone viral because nobody can quite believe it. Why would someone
Why
do
is
such a
this
thing?
hard to believe?
I don't understand why it's so hard to believe either.
Yeah, I don't
People
get it.
fuck all kinds of shit. I feel like a sandwich is like
Yeah, mailbox is way
A
weirder.
sandwich is more
Warm.
reliable,
It's
at least.
warm.
Like I would, if I was a dude and I had to choose between a fucking rusty ass mailbox
Right.
or a McChicken, I'd
McChicken
probably
sandwich
go with
all the way.
room
It's
temperature McChicken.
it's slippery. It's
meat.
got texture.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It has some scabby vaginal texture, but texture nonetheless. A mailbox has no texture.
No.
It has
None.
nails
Zero.
and shit.
And it's hot from the sun. And it's just burning out of your penis while you slap it against the side. It's like bong, and the flag's falling down. Let's see. Let's see what's next. Let's see. Furious girlfriend shoves stripper to floor after catching boyfriend in lap dance club.
the lap dance club.
Yeah, and lap dance
It's
club.
just the generic lap dance club.
Yeah, this guy sat down on the stage. He was all ready to go. Some little stripper came over, and then some other woman in like a dress and high heels comes running out of nowhere and just pushes her down over
I feel
him.
like this probably happens in strip clubs all the fucking time.
I feel like it's a regular
like
thing.
this must happen a couple times a week.
I think the reason why she was jealous is more important than anything else with this story. Like, is she jealous because he was spending money on a stripper and not like the good cocoa butter? I don't know. Like,
The good
what
cocoa
women,
butter?
What do women buy?
So
she was
nails,
probably jealous.
painting,
Not
and
jealous. She's probably pissed
hairspray.
off because he was like, "Oh, I have to work late tonight.
Right.
My life is so hard."
Right. Yeah.
And
That's
she's
what
like,
happened?
"Yeah, work late my fucking ass. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
follow
Yeah.
you, you fucker." And
Yeah.
then
This
he
is
ends
where all
up
our
at
money's going.
yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. Let's see. Next one. Report of bear trapped under brick pile leads police to a hallucinating man.
Did he call the police on himself? Please tell me he called the police on himself
This was
thinking
in-
he was a bear.
This was in Michigan, and he had a psychotic episode hallucinating. Let's see. When so-and-so went to the residence to speak with the complainant about where the bear was, the man stated, "I'm not sure there even really was a bear."
At least he's honest.
can we back the story up just a second here?
Sure.
Can we, all right. So I was telling you guys earlier about how my hairdresser now has like 3 assault
Syphilis?
charges against her, and
Right.
like she
And
got like,
by the way,
and, like
Stones,
violation of probation.
That's the person you want behind you with a sharp object.
Well,
for an
yeah.
hour.
Okay, so backstory here. She was like a Madison Avenue, Manhattan, hairdresser.
You're real proud of that
and
part
well,
of
yeah,
it.
because obviously she did enough good work to get there,
Right.
and now she
It
cuts my hair
depends
for
on
free.
who she knows.
So
And
like,
might cut your throat one day for free.
Right, but whatever. She's a mess. All right, I get it. But I didn't tell you guys the other part of the story that actually merges with this story a little bit.
Okay.
She had a restraining order with her boyfriend because I don't know what actually happened, but her and her boyfriend got into a fight or whatever, and she had a restraining or he had a restraining order against her, or whatever the fuck. But she actually called the police to tell them that I'm going home, and they said no problem, and then they came and arrested her. Like that was like a thing that happened. Like she called the cops basically on herself at that point. Like
Yeah,
she's like,
she
"Hey,
basically
police,
was like, "Hi, I
I'm
just want
gonna
you
go
to
do
know I'm
something
about
illegal."
to break this restraining
Yeah, I'm about to
order."
break the law.
What the fuck did
and
she
go
think
back
would
home
happen?
and get arrested for it. And
You lose every time. You lose every time in that situation. You lose every time. But you know what? But nobody's saying that drugs are involved in this guy here, man. They're just saying he said there was
well,
a
it could be
bear.
hallucinating. Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be drugs. It could
Sure.
be schizophrenia or mental illness. Hey, we should lock them up.
Florida suspect uses his own wanted poster as his Facebook profile picture.
This is great.
That's clever.
And
That's a clever guy.
it helped the police find him much easier, by the way.
Yeah.
In case anyone was
I would
wondering.
Second easiest to, hey, I'm about to break that law.
Right.
was to
Yeah, I'm
not
calling
break.
you to let you know that I'm about to break that law.
Let's see. Facebook is a great way to communicate and connect with old friends and family, Corporal Brian Bosio wrote in a post on the Stewart Police Department's Facebook page. If you are wanted by the police, it's probably not a good idea to use the wanted of the week poster of yourself as your profile pic.
He just said it brought out the right contours of his face, you know?
Yeah. He was like, you know what? This is a good
Is it
picture.
good? I don't have many of these.
They picked a good one. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get fucked over in public.
Normally, I don't like pictures of myself, but this one, it's all over the place anyway, so.
I'm going to put this up on Tinder later.
Hey, listen up, department. I don't know who you got pressing the button back there, but holy fuck, did they light my face perfect. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ice and the Face Patreon. We're happy that you swam your way through the sewers of the internet to get here with us. Thank you for being here.
Yes, where you travel through the sewers of the internet, we live there.
Exactly right. We're going to explain a little bit about our Patreon rewards program and say thank you very much for
being a friend.
Yes, thank you for being a friend. Our first tier is titled the One of Us tier, where you pledge $1 a month, and you get to be pretty awesome for doing that, and we thank you for contributing to our dream. The second tier is called the Sharpened Potato Weaponry tier, and that's where you pledge $3 a month, and you're not only awesome, but you're like super awesome. Like you could tell your parents, your grandparents, your cohorts, your cellmates, anybody who you can talk to. Our third tier, go ahead.
The Spork vs. Chork tier, which will get you 10% off any future Ice in the Face merchandise that we are able to produce from this Patreon. Basically, any donation, $1, $3, $5, it all goes to website costs and trying to get merchandise out to you, and hopefully in the future also towards doing more live shows.
Yeah, and that's $5 a month, by the way. And then we move into our final two tiers, which this is where things get pretty saucy and extra crispy. The fourth tier is the Genital Brick Smashing tier. Now, for $10 a month, you get 20% off of any potential merchandise that we make. You get a free half-hour show. Well, it's not free. For pledging, you get a half-hour show that's available only to Patreons.
Well, on Patreon.
On Patreon, yeah.
You're not a Patreon. You're a patron of the Patreon.
Yes, exactly. And in addition, if you have something that you want us to rage about, or something you need some creepy advice on or something, and you want us to write a blog post about it,
on iceintheface.com.
On iceintheface.com, you can pick either Sarah or myself, and we will have at it on iceintheface.com, and we will shout you out,
or your website, or whatever you want, or if you want to remain nameless, because the subject of your blog post is so horrendous, you would never want the world to know that it came from you originally.
In other words, you're a little embarrassed. You're a little embarrassed.
But we're not.
But we're not. We have no problem with that. Our final tier is the super special one, so it's crispy and dipped in sauce. That's the $15 tier called Hilarity Over Feelings tier. This one gets you 20% off merchandise, just like the last one. But it also gets you, for signing up, once that first payment comes through, you will get a custom Ice and the Face cassette tape sent to your house, or your box outside, or your van in your parents' driveway, wherever you live. We will send it to wherever you want us to. And that will be a custom tape.
And it'll have a secret show on it, but you'll also get a link to a download of a digital version, so that way you don't have to, dig through an attic to find a cassette player.
Yeah, or your parents' basement to get a Walkman out. Though it would be dope to hear what we would sound like in 1988. Also, we'll randomly send you postcards and stuff like that in the mail, so, approach your mailbox with a little bit of caution. You might not want to send mom and dad out there.
And then, for every month you stay part of that tier after the first month, you also get a free... free, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You get a secret show every month on Patreon, and on top of that, you also can suggest if you saw some sort of disturbing news article or website or whatever it is.
Or if you caught your little brother doing something weird and you want us to philosophize on it.
You can suggest a topic for the next secret show for us to talk about. Now, Rick and I never tell each other or discuss what we're gonna bring up on the next Ice in the Face, so that way all reactions are authentic.
All natural.
So, we ask that you make your suggestions to either Rick or myself, so that way it keeps a tradition of both of us not knowing everything that's going to be talked about on that episode.
Presentation is everything. We like to keep ours authentic.
And we do reserve the right to not take certain suggestions.
Sure.
So like if you're like an angry racist,
Right.
we're probably not going to run with that.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to feed into. That's something for you and your family to discuss at Thanksgiving dinner. That's not our issue. That's your issue. So if you need any of this reiterated, you can look down below.
Or you can just press play over again.
Or press over again, or look down below to read in heavy duty detail what each tier is worth. And thank you so much for checking this out, because we really want to expand the world of Ice in the Face. We want this to be our lives.
The world is ugly. Let's make it uglier.
Yeah, let's really dig into it, man. Let's give it some unneeded plastic surgery.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much for listening.
Red light hour.
We're back. Welcome back to Awesome Talk, Season 7, Episode 3 on September 6, 2016.
That's the day.
Sponsored, hopefully in the future, by the Shiny Heiny.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
I think the fact
they
that
just-
we have Auto Blow 2, how do we not have a Shiny Heiny?
I feel like Auto Blow 2's in the front, Shiny Heiny's in the back.
Oh,
We've got it all covered.
wordplay.
We're getting it done.
We got it all
That's
covered.
what you call a double penetration.
Yeah. You want one? Do you?
What? Huh?
Sure
What,
you
Shiny
do.
Heiny?
It's nice. It's a deal. It's
Yeah.
a steal. It's a Groupon.
Yeah.
We'll all throw money in.
I have a shower head that removes.
Same.
That's
Wash,
nice.
you know.
That's very nice.
But you can buy them at Home Depot. It's not difficult.
Yeah, I know. We got one of the big rain shower heads.
I
Like
just
one
got
that's, like,
one
the size of a
that
satellite
I got
dish.
one. That's what the other day I just went and got one, and it's like it's not that big. It's it's like
but you'll-
large, but the middle mounts in the
Okay,
okay, so you
I
can use
get
it
you.
like that, and then you
And
can
you
take
it
that down,
Yeah, it's good
and you're
stuff.
still standing in water while you're scrubbing.
The best
your-
thing is that
and
you
douching
can
yourself or
really,
whatever the fuck.
really hose off your taint, like in a
Yeah,
perfect
you know,
manner.
you can get
It's
real
actually
in
sort of
there.
like a water massage.
It's just like, oh
Yeah.
wow, I wasn't gonna jerk off in
All
the
those
shower,
jets.
but
But now,
here I
how
am.
could I not?
How can I not? It's almost an insult.
Even though it makes my knees weak.
It's an insult to the developer at that point.
My
It's
calves
like,
hurt.
you
Zach-
can't just use that technology part way.
I couldn't agree more.
I knew it.
Yeah, well, cheers for that.
Zach, I want to talk about Tattooed Bananas podcast.
Okay.
What can you tell us about Tattooed Bananas podcast? You are a guest. First off, you've been a great
Yes,
guest.
you've
tonight.
been awesome
thanks.
today.
It's
This has been
great
fantastic.
having
You've
you
had
here.
some
We
excellent
hope you'll come
singers.
back.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So this has been phenomenal having you here. So
Oh, I love it.
what do you want to say about Tattooed Bananas? What's it all about? What goes on? Where can people find it? All that stuff.
All right. Well, Tattooed Bananas podcast. It's two best buds, me and my buddy Bill. We go by Bill and Phineas. But
I stupidly wrote Will.
that's all right, but that's his actual name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, I know that like it's not like unheard of completely, but I felt stupid that he's referred to as Bill.
No, it's all good. No, we're just comedy podcasts. Talk about whatever's going on in our lives. We've known each other for 30 some odd years, so dating back to kindergarten. So we just same conversations we've had over the years. We just decided to start recording them. So
Sure.
find us on iTunes, Twitter. That's where we do our stuff. Instagram, Snapchat.
Nice.
Yeah, you just
Let me ask you something.
Yeah,
How long have you been doing the show?
almost a year.
Okay.
Nice.
So a year of doing podcasting at this
Yes.
point. How has it enriched your life to the point where you actually continue, where you desire to continue to do it? Because I love podcasting,
Yeah.
dude, and I do
Same.
3 of them, and I always want to do more because
Right.
I love them so much. And I stop because they'll suck because I'm spreading myself too thin. But what drives you to do it?
It's just getting together with a good friend every week and just chatting about whatever's going on, and it's kind of been a nice way for us to reconnect. We've always spent a lot of time together, so it's been something good. Kind of the same way that we were talking about, building something and having success and raising kids and doing things in our lives that we find meaningful. It's been the same way for us.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, we love it.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude, I love
totally
your
get
show.
behind
I
it.
think your
Thanks.
show is awesome, dude.
Thank you.
So there's something. Where can people find it? Let's.
He just went down the list. Is it iTunes?
It's just
Okay.
all Tattooed Bananas. You can find us at Tattooed Bananas Podcast at Gmail if you want to send us in. We have a phone number, but I can never remember it.
Okay.
So Bill can take care of that.
Your Twitter's
that's
active.
what Google's for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Your Twitter's very active. And
Yeah,
that's
we
a
try to
good
stay
place,
on there.
yeah.
Well, that's how I found you guys, was Ice in the Face originally. So,
Yeah.
And I love what you guys do.
Thank you very
It always
much.
cracks me up.
Thank you, dude. Twitter in terms of podcasting is such an epic tool versus anything else. Like, I understand the logistics of Facebook. I understand the data and all that analysis and all that crap.
Right.
And I get how it works, and I see how it's effective. But somehow podcasting and Twitter just became like married to each other in like a very important way.
Well, it's like Ryan and I were talking about, just this accessibility that people have with social media.
Yeah.
I definitely think that Twitter's been on there, like, just, following people on Fridays and the whole Potter and Family hashtag. So it's been a really easy way to get connected with a lot of people and see what's out there. So
when you have such a great communication tool, we should. It's criminal how the internet is actually like where its purpose is 90% of the time. It's embarrassing, It's terrible. Like, what a great fucking thing that we have,
It's a ball of knowledge right in your pocket.
Instant communication, dude. Yeah. Instant communication. Like, you don't have to speculate about how people live other places. You can talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and we don't use it, Like,
But by the way, man, let me tell you something. That's also what I love about podcasting.
That's what's great. That's why I
like look at the chat room. The way we do things here is I just feel like we opened up these avenues in a way where, like, all of a sudden it's hanging out, it's a conversation, it's being in a room with more than just the people who can physically be here without abusing it in a way that I think is negative.
Well, even if it's just, but that's what's important though. Even if it's only a couple of people. Like, I remember we were in a band, you know what I mean? And we played that one fucking show in Kearney that wound up being a disaster. But there were 2 fucking people there. And I broke my nose with a microphone and went all out. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking just, like, we tore you and me were like men possessed. Like, we did not, like, take a night off. And it was just, dude, those 2 people though, they were like, that was the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen. You know, like, they were like, you guys were badass. I can't wait to see you again. You know what I mean? It's just like,
great. And this is drawing in that. It's drawing in an audience in a new way.
You go for it. You're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it.
I don't know.
You know
I'm
what I mean?
addicted to it.
Yeah.
Like, I love the creative principles of the whole thing. You know what I mean? To me, there's a
but
punk rock
those 2
element.
people, those 2 people,
right?
though, those 2 people go a long way.
That's what I'm saying,
I mean?
right?
Like,
You know
those
what I mean?
2 people,
That's a great way to look
you
at
had
it.
a fucking, you had a conversation, you had an honest, open, emotional experience with 2 new people that you didn't know yesterday.
Yep.
And those 2 fucking people are gonna go on and meet more people too.
Sure.
And, like, you know what, you just, what you do carries so much farther if you commit, even though it's not, you know what I mean? Even though it's not ideal, even though you're not getting all the things that you want all at once. But if you commit and you are what your art is, like, you are, like, it's not like I don't half off ever. Yeah. Like, I'm committed and I want to do it. You know what I mean? And this is what it, like, dude. Even those 2 people could change the world. You know.
I just want to address the chat. Epic Film guys. That woman. He's talking about the cart woman. Represents society as a whole. People are too fucking busy with themselves and their own shit to consider that other people goddamn matter in this world. Tattooed Bananas rocks.
Hey.
By the way.
Thanks, guys.
That's the entire reason my podcast exists, Rick. Justin moved and EFG video stuff died, but we can connect and podcast together even over distance. It's great.
Yeah. That's an excellent way to look at it. And like what you were saying too, like, I feel like that's the human experience as a whole. Like, just this connection. Like, even if it's just 2 people, even if it ends up being more, like, you still have that honest...
Great, but if
like,
it's
just like
somebody's
right
watching, if somebody's watching,
once
somebody's
the thrill of free porn and movies and music passes, what are you left with? You're left with the communication tool. Yeah.
Fucking friends.
Listen, man. So there's something that we reserve for guests only usually on the show at this point. It's called the final word.
Oh.
So in other words, if you had a message to put out in the world and this was the last thing you could say to the universe, what would it be right now?
Eat more tacos.
I like this guy.
Think that?
I didn't want to give it too much thought.
Zach,
especially mahi tacos. I make some badass mahi
Boy,
tacos.
I just want to say,
dude,
dude, exactly how great it was to have you here tonight.
Oh,
man.
thank you.
You
I
were
appreciate
awesome here
that.
tonight.
Oh,
This is so
thanks,
far,
man.
in my opinion, has been one of the best episodes
Oh.
of all time, and definitely the best episode of season 7.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
It's been comfortable. It's nice. It's just
very cool.
Discourse, good discourse.
Yeah. If you
want
want to find more of us online, go to awesometalktv.com. Go to Awesome Talk TV on Twitter, Awesome Talk Online on Facebook, and please hit subscribe down below if you're watching. And thank you so much to the chat room for hanging out.
Yeah, you
tonight,
guys are
man.
killing it.
That is fucking great. The fact that you guys have all this conversation, that helps to fuel us, man.
Epic
And that's
Film
fucking
guys,
great. Epic Film guys are
Family,
awesome, man.
like,
Potter- Yeah. Dude, they're awesome, man.
Everybody's been killing it tonight.
And check out Tattooed Bananas podcast,
Yes.
man. This is
These guys are
NJ
funny.
Jersey podcast right here, man, and this is fucking great, man. Also, Sarah and I do a podcast called Ice and the Face, so please check us out. We just did an episode with Ryan recently. We did an episode with our buddy Stones recently.
Oh, we were talking about all kinds of crazy shit.
Stone. I listed
he's
Stones.
a good shit.
I listed Stones in the recent episode as a person we know.
He's got a forehead like a drive-in movie theater.
But
We don't bust his
good
chops too
shit.
much.
It's good shit. So check that out. We also do a podcast called Life with Lyme about living with chronic Lyme disease. So check that out on iTunes. Go to iceintheface.com. Go to patreon.com/iceintheface. And again, I want to say thank you to you.
Oh.
Thank you to Tattoo Bananas.
Thank
Thank you to Mike Scroy for appearing this week. If I had my mirror, I'd go Miss Molly on it. And I'd be like, I see Zach from Tattooed Bananas. I see Mike from the Iron Horse Cinema.
Someone is doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Get the hell down!
I wonder what she's doing in there.
All right. Well, anyways, so it's a very nice time. Thank you to the chat room, and hey, everybody, this has been Awesome Talk, Season 7, Episode 3, on September 6, 2016. Thank you all very much for drinking with us.
That's awesome talk.
That's awesome talk.